I'm getting soup from the soup store. What do you mean you're at soup? I'm at the soup store
Why are you at the soup store?
to get soup.
Hmm.
Such an old video. Still a good one though.
Yes.
Look at all little characters. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at all their little characters.
I'm gonna use this for the before we actually get into it as well. Screen. I need to
I can't.
pull up
I need to adjust my
YouTube Studio.
background for stuff because you can't even see that there's a castle back there. Oh, there's
Oh,
the
wow, a
castle.
castle.
Yeah, give me a second.
Wow,
it's
it's
gone.
a castle.
It's back.
Wow.
Hold.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for it.
Holding.
There. Now it looks good.
Excellent.
I have so much like art stuff in the works right now for like new model.
Cool.
I can't wait to see it finished.
I think I know who I'm gonna go with for that. I'm waiting for the money, the surprise money to come in. It's a long story. But I have a banner, like a banner and stuff for the about and all that being worked on, and I have 9 new emotes being worked on.
Wow.
Cool.
I need to find someone for an animated emote, though I'm not sure what I want to do for that yet. I'll go.
Guys, Misty turned 17 yesterday.
Yay,
Oh my
Misty!
goodness.
She is so
17.
old.
She's
So old. Such a grandma.
She's very old.
The beautiful old lady.
Beautiful old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sleepy.
Man. My family's never had a dog that lived past 13.
Yeah,
So
oldest
just,
we've had
hearing a
is,
dog
yeah.
going to 17 is just like, oh my
We're kind of
goodness.
surprised too.
My-
You know, she's here.
My dog got to 15.
Yeah, that's and again, that's even past like 12 or 11. That's pretty good. So like, yeah,
You took good care of her.
yeah, she's a both girl mostly. So, but, you know.
My childhood dog, he lived to 13. And then Annie, which was the dog after him, she lived to 11. And then the 2 dogs that my parents have now, Felix is, I want to say he's 8, and Oscar's 1.
Yeah. Felix is 8 already? Wow.
He doesn't act it.
I bet
He
not.
doesn't. He is the lovable dog that, like, Becca came and visited with her baby a couple weeks back, and he loved Luna, which is her child's name. He loved Luna, but his love is in the form of tackling. And he is a 75-pound, all muscle, a pit bull mix.
I have been tackled by him. He's very heavy.
He is very heavy.
Yes.
He is all love, though. Like, he'll give you kisses.
It's a love tackle, but it's a heavy love tackle.
It is a heavy love
He's
tackle.
a hefty boy.
So I'm standing out there watching him, like, go and run towards the baby. I'm like, no, leave the baby alone. Don't kill the baby, please. I know you want to love her, but still. Oscar, he is tall. Like, he's 2 times taller than Felix is. And he is a gentle giant. I mean, so gentle. So you have these 2 dogs with 2 very different personalities that just love people, but it's just like, oh my goodness. Anyways.
Okay.
How we doing,
All
DM?
right.
I think we're finally good.
Yay!
Yay.
Hog.
I think
Nice.
it's been a trip, but I think it's
Working.
it's finally working right. Maybe,
Great.
hopefully.
Time for notes.
Okay. Let me hit my live.
Doing it live.
We're
I have
going
3 screens. I could
live.
still use another screen. I need another like 2 half
Having
screens.
having 3 screens as a DM is amazing.
It is. Well, it probably would be better if this one screen, like, I love the screen being vertical because it helps like reading like things very nice because it's all one long thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really hard to split things. To be able to like split it up evenly
Yeah.
and be able to like
Read it
read things and make it look
Yeah.
nice still.
with our old man eyes.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No, I get that. I
But-
totally get that. Like, I mean, you have Discord screen, you have main screen, and then you have notes screen.
Yeah, in my case, I have Discord screen. I have internet screen for, keeping track of stream and such. I have half screen for multiple things. I have half screen for camera things. I have phone for cheat sheet of modules. I have main screen. Like,
I think
like,
you need more.
I do. I need my tablet working so I could solve my problem if I had my tablet working. Because then I could remove the cheat sheet, or not a cheat sheet, the module sheet off of my screen here and put that on the tablet. So I'd have the modules here, and I could have more room up top to have things. But I get my stupid tablet working. It's been broken for like a year.
Oh no.
No.
It locked me out, and it's tied to my nephew's Google account for some stupid reason
That's
when it
weird.
should be tied to mine. And even factory resetting it refuses to let me untie it from his account.
It's weirder. Yeah. What?
That's
Like, it's
wild,
like, please
yeah.
log in with the last account used. I'm like,
Oh, that's
I
odd.
factory
Yeah.
reset you. You shouldn't be tied to an account anymore.
Right.
They used it to go on vacation one time, and ever since then, I can't use the stupid thing. Like,
Mhm.
ah! And he's at college, so I can't do anything.
I was gonna ask, can you just go find him? Like,
No, because he's at college 2.5 hours away.
That's
Don't
a
wait till
lot.
Christmas. Or Thanksgiving.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay, what the?
Yeah.
It is
Joey?
9:30. I have smart bulbs because I don't wake up in the morning when those things turn on. When my
Sorry,
alarm goes off, I don't wake
9:30.
up.
Is your clock, bro?
It is
Listen
9:30.
here.
Yeah,
this is
sure.
9:30 over
9:30 for you.
No.
This is
Yeah,
9:30
that's the
for the
correct time.
majority of this stream.
Well, not for 2
You're in
of
the
us.
minority, sir.
Just barely.
I don't know.
All right. Let's go ahead and bloop that. We'll start here. In Celestia, that's where we will kick off
Okay.
our.
Oh man, where is this?
Hello, random arrow.
Oh my
Ignore me.
goodness. This world is so new.
Ah,
What is this world?
Wow, what is this
What a
world?
Strange place.
this strange foreign.
All right, we won't
like
be here
to
for long.
Load.
We get to
this
the fun
on
new
my
stuff.
Don't
There
say
we
such
go.
things. Of course, we will be here
Got
the
it.
whole time.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to get
Another
to the fun
Celestia
stuff.
campaign.
I did the same thing. Oops. Damn it. Okay, there we go.
Celestia
I forgot how to use my
1.5.
mouse with anything.
Celestia.
That's okay.
2.
I've forgotten how a lot of things work.
Celestia too.
Celestia, the sequel.
The pre-sequel.
Yeah,
Pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel.
I
Okay,
think that's
Borderlands.
probably the most accurate, actually, now that I think about it.
I mean,
Yeah,
just
kind of.
Yeah.
The
like,
pre-sequel
to not
trilogy
haven't-
to the
Haven't figured out where this sits in the timeline of the world yet.
Yeah.
So
When in the
How do I get
world
rid of
is
this?
Don't
it?
worry about it.
how do you get rid of
pre-sequel
what?
trilogy to
the
the
box I made on the bottom
ongoing.
corner.
The
what?
what?
I made a box.
Oh,
Oh,
and the mountains.
I can't delete. I'm trying to do double click. That's not working.
At the top there's an eraser. Is
Is that what I have
that
to do?
at all possible to use?
No.
No.
How did you make the box? I want to make a
I
box.
How
don't
did you make a
know.
box?
Oh, you moved it.
I did.
No, that's me trying to.
Oh, someone else moved it.
Oh, I figured out how
Oh,
to
I
make a
just.
box.
Oh!
Do you know how to delete a box?
Oh
Now I have
no.
all the.
Or are we just all making
To
boxes?
delete a box. To delete a box. Hold
okay, so,
shift
like-
and click
Oops.
both mouse 1 and mouse 2.
Okay. D.
Yeah.
Go right click and you'll see the pointers thing, right?
Yeah.
Click this pointers and then
Remove
do
this.
remove
Got
pointers.
it. Okay.
You did
Ta-da!
it.
Hey, there we go. Look at
Did
that.
it.
Incredible.
All
I
right.
learned it in 0.5 seconds.
Nice.
The heck.
Ignore me.
and Micah's telling me how to remove it at the same time. I'm like, I
Micah's like,
figured
oh
it out.
no.
We're breaking the
Alright.
world.
I'm
I
just
remembered how to move on the map. It's good now.
A. Oh, we're all appearing in the combat tracker. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, no, because it's
Getting
easier
real.
to pull your tokens off of the combat tracker than it is to go into each individual
Okay.
character sheet.
Oh.
That
Yeah,
makes
It's a
sense.
lot
little
easier.
wait there.
I see. I see.
No, it's just a lot easier to grab tokens off of there than the individual character sheets.
That's true.
All right. As we begin our adventure in Celestia, unlike our campaign that we've been playing here, people that we are playing now are from this world. You all grew up here, lived here. All of you have your various reasons and your various backstories, which we'll find out in time. But what is bringing you all here today? You are all leaving from Rajay. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Heading up to the little tiny town of Tolkeg up in the far north. A town that is a very remote village. Not much is known about them. They keep to themselves, normally only coming down for trade. Uh, so unless you are involved in trading, not many people know about them. But they are hosting a celebration. For what? We don't know. All we know is that it was spread by traveling merchants, people who went around the continent spreading word that there was going to be a celebration up in the little tiny town. So you guys, for one reason or another, have decided to come and see what this celebration is all about. Now, you take a ferry, all at various different times, up through to Tokeg. Toward the end of the night, you come the night before, as you've been told the celebration will start at dawn the next day, and you don't want to miss it. So you all arrive in the evening hours, about 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's getting toward the night. You're going to stay the night up in the area so that you can be there and be ready to go for the celebration in the morning. You arrive in town, and you are not the only ones who came to the celebration. The town is full of people, all who heard about the celebration. And as you go around trying to find a place to stay, you go to the one singular inn that this town has, and it is completely full. But they recommend that you go and you go out to where there's this little camp that people have making outside of the town. Some of the merchants who were traveling around set up this camp for the other people, for the overflow of people coming to visit and to see what this is about. Go ahead and bring that up.
Uh.
No.
Oh no. Yes to all.
Wait,
No,
how do you
that's
say yes to all?
Work.
Did it
I
not?
don't know. It just.
Wait. Okay, we're good.
a lot
Wait,
of question
what are y'all doing?
marks.
Let it settle for a second.
Let it settle.
Give it a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
second.
okay.
It's
Alright,
probably
that
due.
was scary.
It's
But
it's due to the module hierarchy thing. That stuff is all gonna get fixed, but
Oh
that's
my.
just
this is so
that's just
pretty.
unfortunately how you're gonna have things that'll do that for the moment until I get that stuff fixed.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
and this is why I wanted you all into the combat tracker, so I can pull you all into the map.
Uh,
We're so much
Because,
smaller than everyone.
well, that's because the map is not to the right scale for some
Oh, I
stupid
don't know.
reason.
I'm normal size now. It's good.
That happened in the transition of things not working right. Is this map shrunk? I don't know
Ah.
why. So, as you come around, come out to this campground, and you see all sorts of different people. Some of them are adventurers like you. Some of them are families. Some of them are nobles. And some of these are these merchants that you'd seen going around, dressed in very extravagant clothing, full of colors and jewelry. They have wagons and horses parked around to the outside of the camp with what you imagine to be their goods. They're all sitting around the campfire. You have a bard over here playing songs while children play off into the side under the watchful gaze of their parents, making sure that everything is fine. Um, and you have people standing around talking, all in conversations with the various merchants or with each other. Just seems to be enjoying the campfire. You have one kind of old man standing around, one of the old merchants, who seems to be cooking up some food for everyone at the campfire in the middle of the group. So you guys are welcome to kind of move around, grab yourselves a seat. The old man kind of waves at you, welcomes you as you
Wow.
all come in.
Bard's not going to waste any time getting a free meal from anyone, so he's going to be the first one up there. You know it.
All right. Oh, hello there.
What is this? Complimentary of the land?
Certainly, certainly. Come get yourself some. We have more than enough.
Greatly
So he
appreciated.
will kind of dish in, grab you just a spoon. It's like stew. It's nothing fancy. Just a bunch of random things that they were able to throw into together a pot, something easy that they could cook for a bunch of people.
Good soup.
Oh, there you are. Anybody else?
All right.
I'll walk away just to find my own little stump.
The food guy's in the middle by the fire.
All right.
Yeah, it's the I wish you could ping in here. It's the old man standing by the fire.
Here.
Yeah,
Now that we know that this.
it's that guy.
Make it.
Him.
Him.
Make a square.
Superman.
Okay.
You can see him.
All right, well.
Make the square.
Yeah. Hello.
All right. Anybody else
Okay.
gonna? All right. So y'all can kind of gather around. You guys can grab seats if you'd like. Grab food, and just kind of enjoy and relax. And as time goes on, you find out that as conversation goes on, this guy's name is Stenimer. An old man. He's been working with these people for a long time.
What's his
And
name?
Stenimer.
Spell it.
Stanimir. Stenimer. Or Stanimir.
I-M-I-R?
I-M-I-R. Stanimir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So as the night goes on, they begin to keep having the celebrations. They're handing out wine. They're playing music. You have the bard over here playing music. Some of the merchant people pick up some instruments and join in, and they all start having drinking and dancing and having fun. And Stanimir, as everybody's going around and he sees you guys sitting around the fire, Country goes, "Now, would you like to hear a story? How about a story?" Now, this story that I have, long rumored story of where I came from. As he does this and he gets ready, he takes a sip of wine and spits at the fire and it glows green. I come from an ancient land. Names long forgotten. A land of kings. I was forced from our homes. And now I wander lost roads. Fire, you see in the smoke, you see the shape of a man. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into the camp of my people and collapsed. He nursed his injury and quenched his thirst with wine, and he survived. When we asked who he was, he wouldn't tell us. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemy. So we took him as one of our own and followed him back toward his homeland. His enemies hunted him, saying he was a prince, and yet we didn't give him up, even when assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the smoke, you begin to see it shift. You see the shape of this man begin to change. You see almost like a sword in his hand, and you see him fighting wolves and other very shadowy figures, all within the smoke as he tells the story. This man fought to protect us, as we protected him. Bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, "I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, and when you choose to leave, know that you will always be safe here." The figure in the smoke kills the last of the shadow figures and then disappears and resumes just regular smoke. Now, they say a curse has befallen this prince. And they've turned him into a tyrant. Now, my people have the power to leave and to travel where we wish. We travel far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, and as anybody really, who might be able to put his soul to rest. Now, this is all a tale. We don't know. It's been passed down generation to generation. Whether it's true or not, we don't know anymore. But there is one of us that does know the truth. Her name is Madame Ava. Would you like to meet her? Anybody be interested in meeting her?
Put down the spoon. Aye. Where is she?
Is she here?
She's not here. You'd have to travel with us about a day or two. After the celebration, of course. You'd be able to come meet her. She would be able to tell you more. If you're willing to come, I'm sure you could find a whole lot more. She's a mighty fine storyteller, let me tell you.
And per se, where would we be going exactly? What land or place?
Oh, we don't have a city or anything like that.
Oh, are we just going into the mountains up north, or?
Yeah, we'd just be going about a day's journey up north. It's where the rest of the camp is at right now, anyway.
I didn't realize there was more than a day's travel worth on this island.
Mountains, they take a while, especially when you got horses.
Well,
Carts,
yes,
they don't go up mountains very well.
I suppose that's fair. My, uh, my feet don't really get tired. I don't really have feet per se, but I could choose to have feet, which I do right now. I choose to have feet right now,
Ours
No feet.
in this
strange.
form, but my feet don't really get tired. Like sorry, am I doing it again?
It's all right.
Yes, I would like to go.
Very well. Well, once the celebration ends tomorrow, you're welcome to meet us back out here. We'll pack up all of our stuff and we'll head out to go see. So, after you listen to the story, as night goes on, people have more wine, more food, more drink. I know that I know that Hobart ate. Do the rest of you eat and drink various things?
Yes, I would have also gotten food at some point and sat very close to the fire. Yes,
It is it is a fairly large fire. I mean, the
I
fire
don't care.
sitting out by even by the logs, you can still feel the warmth of the fire. This is a fairly large fire. Excuse me. And as the night goes on, and people begin to retire to their various cabins and various tents that they have, begin to see people begin to make their way. That was weird.
They
Things
just
aren't
left all
working
at
out
once. Wow, amazing.
So
That was so
Very
organized.
good formation.
That was
Such synchronicity.
Whoa.
Dawn breaking right there.
They do a little march.
Yeah, come on! Don't you realize that just everybody all walks at one time,
Yeah.
all the time?
It's
Yeah.
not creepy at all.
It's everybody's turn at some point, and they all walk in tandem. No.
Yes. So they all begin to make their way to various tents as they go. The night goes on. You see parents start to carry their children to bed as the children have been playing and laughing. The bard puts down his lute, begins to head off to bed with a slight wave as he walks away. And the four of you all find yourselves ending up in one of the tents. There's only so many tents here. And the four of you all go to sleep. Now, the woods out around where you are quiet. The night goes on, the air gets chilly. You're up in the mountains. The fire starts to die down as the night wears on. And by morning, the four of you wake up and you are no longer in the tent that you were in last night. As the four of you kind of start to groggily wake up, you realize that you are moving. And you you can't quite figure out why you're in a daze. You're trying to figure out what is happening. And so you start to kind of slowly try and come to your senses, try to start moving, try to start doing anything. And we cut to Megan.
Oh, who, me?
Megan,
Yes.
Sorry.
you we cut over as the celebration has been happening. We have seen your character off on his own. How far away from all of this happening would he have been?
Interesting. I think he is lurking around the outskirts. Not welcome, but also interested in what is going on.
Okay. Okay. So, as the night goes on, you're seeing these people, you're seeing them dance and laugh and sing songs and drink and eat and all of this. And as the night wears on, you begin to see the uh, these merchants, these Vistani that you know, begin to start kind of the tents and things. You start seeing them kind of go in and out, and start seeing them, taking these people out and loading them up into the wagons. Um, some of them willingly go with the Vistani. They're kind of half asleep. They don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Others you see are still sound asleep. And you see them start loading everybody up into the wagons, and rather than heading toward the town like you would assume they'd be, it's only about an hour or two before dawn. They start heading the other direction, deeper up into the mountains. You know where they're going.
Shit. I will follow from a distance. I cannot take all of them to prevent any of this. But maybe I can get one or two alone and save one or two.
So you begin following them as they go winding up through farther and farther away from the town. And it's easy enough to follow them. I mean, they're in wagons, but there's not enough room with all the people in there to have everybody be in the wagon. So there are people walking alongside, and so they're keeping a pace that's easy enough to follow. They're not going at a full speed that they would normally be able to travel with everybody inside the wagon. And that old man voice is harder on my throat than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Does it
Yeah.
be an
Is
old
there is there music to go with this? I just wanted to ask.
What was that?
Music?
Not yet. But there
Okay.
will be.
No music
Music soon.
yet.
I was supposed to have music at the campfire, and I forgot to turn it on because I'm a bad
That's
DM.
okay.
Fine.
You're learning. It's okay.
It's your first time
It's-
DMing. You're good.
Oh god,
my
you
gosh.
forgot music for your first
Oh,
Right.
tea.
How
Oh.
dare
Right.
you?
How
The audacity.
So-
How
dare?
dare.
as you begin to follow them,
I'm stalking.
and you see the fog start creeping down,
Shit.
and it starts getting thicker and thicker.
Fuck.
You start seeing the wagons start going through the fog, and as soon as they get through, they disappear from sight. The fog is so thick
shit.
you can't see beyond it.
Shit. I tried to get one before it goes into the fog.
So as you
Yes,
begin to
I
get
know what
closer
fog is.
to the last wagon in the trail,
Mhm.
a couple of the Vistani that are walking alongside see you and begin to wonder why. At first, they just see your clothing; they don't see you specifically.
Mhm.
They see you dressed in a garb. They're wondering why is one of us so far back? We should have all been up here. And as you start to get closer and closer, and they start to recognize you, they start to, they yell out something. You are too far away to be able to hear them. But they say something to the driver, and the wagon starts to get a little faster, and they start to
I'm
pick up their
running.
pace. And as you do, you get right you get up to them just as they cross into the fog.
Yeah.
And as they cross over, you are greeted by this.
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, look, that's
Whoa.
familiar.
That's one of the backgrounds I could have chosen for
That's
my
a
stream.
background I use for a thing.
Anyways,
Wasn't that the one you were using just now?
On the pre-screen?
Yeah.
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 The gates.
So as the rest of you kind of come to consciousness and you start waking up, and you can't you can't move very quickly. You're lethargic for some reason. You're not sure 100%. But as you look around, you look up and you see these gates. This giant gate surrounded by the two giant statues. And now you're not super familiar with this area, but you know that you didn't pass through this on your way from the town.
We're not like shackled or anything, are we?
yeah, are we
No,
bound?
you're not shackled.
Okay, because that would be no
Damn,
problem.
okay.
They're the last card, right?
Both me and Chris are thinking the exact same thing right now.
No, you're not shackled. You're not bound. You're just you're very lethargic. Like you don't. You're not like you go to move and like you're moving in slow motion. You can't quite move. Like you're not. Your body's not responding as quickly as you should be.
Like the
They're-
morning
Very
after a
lethargic.
really bad hangover.
No, I'm just really
Very
thirsty on
similar.
those days.
They're the last
Um,
cart, right?
They are
Can
the
we-
last cart.
I think the second thing they see after they see the gates when they wake up is a man tackling another man as I run, sprinting and like full football tackle one of these dudes.
Well enough.
We're not
So yes,
restrained, right?
no, you are not restrained. You're just you're just moving very sluggish. So yes, you see these things and you begin to you hear something, like you hear this rustling as you turn, you see exactly what Megan described. You see this man just tackle another one to the ground, and then he gets up and runs and tackles down to another one, and the wagon kind of speeds up a little bit, and you see the man catch up to him, and he pulls the driver off, and now as the people here, they're not dumb. They've seen this happen. They know that there's other wagons. They forget this. They take off toward the other wagons.
Bastards.
They they know you. They know about you. They know not to try to do anything with just the three of them.
Yeah, fucking run away.
Be a lot
So they take
cooler if
off
you
toward
weren't
the other
level
wagons.
1.
You don't know my backstory. Perhaps I'm level 3 or 20. You don't know
Oh,
me.
he's fancy.
No, I'm not.
20. All right, let's go.
Level
Harry.
Level 20, buddy.
Actually,
Alright.
level 20. You don't know me.
So now
Solo Strahd.
So
I can take him, I think.
so the three of them run off. As you whether are you going to pursue them, or are you just going to just let them run?
I let them run. I think I yelled
Run.
like,
So
"You always were a coward, Alexi." Like,
they don't even acknowledge. They just keep running off toward the other wagons to catch up with the group. So as you turn, you see the four of them in this wagon. They're slowly starting to get more and more of their senses back. And now I'm gonna let you all describe yourselves. Now that we see everybody all together. So I want the four of you in the wagon start. I don't care which order you go in. Trying to describe yourselves and what you look like.
Well, let's not all go at
I
once
don't.
here.
Everyone
Let's
jump
not
up.
take ourselves here, yeah.
You gotta pick DM.
Fine. Let's start with the human. The one that looks human.
Well, I assume that's me.
Yes.
You're the
Might
only
well be.
human in the group.
You're
You
Well,
the
have
only
two
Am I
blue.
really?
You have
In the
two
cards.
blue people.
Depending.
Depending.
We'll see.
Depending.
Yeah. Okay. Holborg Grisson is I don't know why I said that weirdly. Is a very taller man, brown hair, green eyes, and what could only be described as a homeless look about him. Uh, his weapons of choice are a very rusted hammer, not quite a sledgehammer, but that was the best item to kind of describe his weapon, as well as a rusted crossbow. His armor looks very disheveled. His clothes underneath are very ragged, worn, and doesn't really smell the greatest.
Love that for him.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Now let's go to Dee's character.
Okay. So I'm gonna start this out. Get the right picture here. Sorry. Okay. I probably would be appearing more like I gotta pick a picture here.
Which one? I can bring it up on the.
I got it. That's gonna go into the Discord. There we go. Boom. You'll probably see what would appear to be a human-ish person, kind of.
Hmm.
I would have my hair pulled back right now, being in travel mode in a red bandana, and there will be no current tail visible. But as I get up out of like sleeping, I would probably be a little disoriented, very uncomfortable right now. And you would see a black tail come out from underneath the clothing. And then I'd probably end up taking off the bandana, and you'd see two black ears. And then I have glowing orange eyes that look like cat eyes. And I'm wearing like light leather armor. There's a rapier at my side. I would say it looks pretty travel friendly. And then I have like dark red brown hair up that will be up right now.
Now let's go. Excuse me.
I should say my name is
Let's go.
Thogos Tanun also. It's important to say that.
All right. Let's go to Mira. One of
Okay.
our blue people.
So, Zila is what is called a plasmoid, but you could call them slime people. She is like a bluish teal color, with dark blue eyes. Um, they don't necessarily have hair, but from what you guys are looking at, it kind of seems like she has mid-length hair going down, um, to about her shoulders, like that. She has light leather armor on, um, and on her side she has a dagger. And as she's coming to, she's not really looking at everyone. She's looking specifically for Zophie and looking to help her out. And that's your turn, Chris.
Oh, right. Sophie is about 5'2" tall. Now she does currently have a form, but she doesn't always. Sometimes, how plasmoids are. But her core is mainly it's so the color scheme is reversed of her sister, whereas Zila is blues with the outers being green. Zophie is greens with the outers being blue. And kind of a similar fashion where the whole hair, but not really hair, it's all just blob and kind of there's almost like an acidity to the skin itself. Very light clothing is being worn. But you will note that when looking between the two plasmoids, like Zila's clothes don't, yes, you, not me. Zila's clothes look a bit more like worn, as Plasmoid's bodies are naturally a bit like acidic and wear clothes down more like naturally, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But for some reason or another, you're not entirely sure why. Um, Zophie's clothes look like pristine, as if like she just bought them yesterday. Oh yeah, I guess as far as equipment goes, she has a few she has a small pouch on her side with a few darts and a very like makeshift club across like her lower back.
Respectable.
All right, and then our final character, the one who is
Yes.
outside the wagon and has now seen
Not
all these
quite.
people.
Yeah, so Mikhail Karash is a human man. He's in like his late
Plasmoids.
20s, probably. He has like long black hair with a couple of streaks of gray running through it. There's like braids and beads and like colorful feathers like all throughout. His clothing is also pretty colorful. It's like faded a lot. And he wears a lot of like silver jewelry, including a pendant that's the image of like bound hands on a red rope, a red chain around his neck. He's scarred on like most of his visible skin, and he wears a chain shirt that's like looking at him, it's too big. Like it's like baggy on him, even though he's like a pretty big dude. He's like 6'2" and like sort of strong. He has like an axe at his side as well. That's his dude.
Alrighty. So as
One
those of you
more
in the
thing
wagon, you start to.
one more thing I wanted to note
Sorry.
before. Sorry, I forgot.
Mhm.
As any of you would look at Zophie, you notice like almost like hexagonal like shimmers that go over her entire body. That's all.
Sweet.
Very
All
cool.
right. So the four of you inside the wagon, you finally start to that lethargic feeling, that feeling of not not being able to move and to do what you want to. It begins to wear off. You begin to feel more like yourself. And as you look out, you see the group of them running away, and you see this one lone stranger who had just chased them all off, standing next to you, and you see Mikhail just as Megan described. Uh, how do you react to all of this?
Zila,
You have
are you
no idea where
okay?
you
Did
are.
they
Sophie,
did they did they
Sophie,
do did
are
they
you?
do
Is the
anything
cart
to you? Are
moving?
I'm
they
fine. I'm fine. How are
they
you?
good? Fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Did you
No, the
have
cart is not moving.
all your things? Nothing was taken.
I don't really have much.
Who?
What about you?
Well, no,
I
my
was saying a word, you just
it's
dart
fine.
over the back of it
Don't really know who all of
and
these
start like
people are, but
running away.
Hey,
yes.
you're going the wrong way.
The wrong what? This is not where I was, and that is not my destination.
You're not going to get anywhere going that way.
Okay, well then, Mister, who are you? Where are, who and where?
Hey, hello.
Hi,
Hi.
hi.
My name is Mikhail.
My name is Zophie. It's a
Hello,
nice
Sophie.
to meet you.
I'm glad you're not dead. I was sort of worried there for a second. You were all kind of unconscious looking. I
yes,
wasn't positive.
some foggy weirdness. I remember we were eating and drinking, and I can't remember if Zila had any. I don't know if she has wine, but we were having camp, and then we slept, and then And then,
And then they put you on the wagons, and they brought you this way.
right, and they put us on the wagons and brought us to
Here.
where is here
here?
exactly?
Which is yes.
That's the bad news.
Uh,
I am sorry. I tried
um,
to stop it, but I was too late.
it.
So I tried to apologize.
What do you mean
And if this is
stop it? We
if
could
this is bad news,
yeah, we could just go back. You saved us. Thank you.
No, hi. That's kind of you. Do not thank me. Was too late. We are in Barovia now.
I
Those are the gates.
have never heard of that. Why have I never heard of that? I've heard of many places, but I have not heard of that. Why?
I wouldn't have expected you to. It is. I don't really know the technical terms. It's not really my thing. It is a different place, separated from Celestia.
Like a different plane, like a different plane of existence.
I suppose. I'm not really sure.
how and why did we end up here?
I don't. I cannot say why they took you. Sometimes. I don't know. Their reasons are mysterious to me.
There.
Who are they?
Those guys I chased off, you saw them.
Right. You say they like they're part of a group, something bigger.
They're all Vistani, but I prefer not to.
Rovastani?
Vistani.
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 What is a Vistani?
It
That.
is a
Thank you.
group of people. We are travelers, merchants, often. The people around the campfire last night. Most of them were Vistani. The men. He told you the story. Stanimir.
Yes, the old
Yes,
man.
sorry.
The
He
piece
was one
of
of them.
fiction.
It's a tale. It's a history, probably. One of those things. It's passed down over generations. You don't know what's true or fiction anymore. But the heart of it is important.
The heart of it.
We were a people. We were exiled, and now we travel.
You say we.
I'm
Are you?
Vistani as well. That's why I sort of didn't lead with it. I don't want you to judge me just because, I know those guys kind of like Alexei. He was my cousin, but it's distant relatives mostly.
Oh, well.
So you weren't all bad then, pretty
Right.
much.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Let's not judge everyone just on some shitty people.
Side note, I'm in the corner of the wagon counting a charm bracelet of like a necklace of sorts, just like making sure I have all my 12 symbols on there, making sure it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, you guys realize you have all of your stuff, same as it was. I mean, you can continue to roleplay, but mechanically speaking, you have everything that you had.
Right here.
Oh
Okay,
boy, there.
necklace.
All right.
bandana.
So
Good.
maybe you can explain our situation. Why can't we go back?
Right. You see that way? He points the
yes.
opposite direction of the gates. The mists. Do you see them?
Yeah, it's just fog. That's just.
It is a fog.
It is
yes.
not.
Heavy
No.
fog. You cannot see past it.
Look.
It is a thick fog.
Silent Hill who?
The mists are magical. If you walk straight in that direction right now, and you walk all night, most likely you would be killed by wolves or beasts or, there are all kinds of dangers in that forest. But let's say you lived, just for the sake of argument. You walk straight line, you would be right back here at dawn, thinking you had walked directly in the opposite direction all night.
So we're talking magical thing from Frozen 2. Got it. Okay.
Sort of.
That was not in character. I'm sorry.
So
Anyway.
you're telling me I can't. Okay.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I tried to stop it before you crossed, but
Okay. Well, it's
late.
that's simple. How do we break the magic? Every magical spell has to be cast by somebody. Can't be that difficult.
Oh no. Oh.
No, it's
No,
not
you
difficult.
cannot break it.
Wonderful.
Child, you cannot break
You
it. Are you
serious?
Yes,
You're
I'm
serious.
serious. Everything
You can't
can.
break it.
Why can't it be broken? Anything that can be
Let's
created
say
can be
I
broken.
believe you.
No, no one can go through the mists without the permission of the master of these lands. It's impossible.
Oh,
So
okay,
just don't
great. So
try.
what do
Don't
we do to
bother.
get the permission from the
Nope.
master?
That was giving you too much information. You're going to take that out of context. He's a bad man. Do not talk to him. Look, it's not worth it.
Him, he, these names.
I really don't. It's not. Oh God, I've never had to like tell someone about this before. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Oh, right. So we can't leave. So we gotta go
You
talk
gotta
to the
walk back
master.
up to the
It
carts.
doesn't seem that difficult to me. I mean, it seems like we just go talk to somebody. Maybe we do him a favor, and then we get to head out with his permission.
I do not know why he wanted you here, but no one is brought to this place without him wanting it, and no one leaves without him wanting it. If he wanted you here, he is not like to let you go.
But why would somebody who I don't even know the name of, unless you maybe tell me, maybe I met him before. What is his name?
His name is Count Strahd.
Never heard of him
Strahd
before.
Banzarovich.
Never heard of him.
I can't imagine you would have. You had not heard of Barovia.
This is a
land.
bad man. Yes, this is not a good
Yes,
person.
a very bad man.
How?
I do not.
So how does
I have not heard this name.
a man we've never heard of before? How does that man want us?
I cannot tell you.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know. I
Oh,
didn't bring you here.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I tried
that's
to
fair,
stop
that's
you
fair.
from coming
He
here.
has a
No,
point. He did not
thank
bring
you,
us
How am I
thank you.
supposed to know
Sorry,
the inner
this
workings of
is
his mind?
this is all very sudden, and
I'm
I'm
sorry. I
worried
overreacted.
for Zila and
You're under a
my
lot of
family,
stress.
and I just
Look,
need a moment.
We want to leave. We want
Yes,
to leave. We
how
will
do we
be
get out of
meeting
here?
this Stradovich. How do we meet
Oh.
him?
Look, I cannot tell you that. I do not know. I've never met the man. Obviously, that would be insane.
Context, please. You're saying
I
it's
don't know.
insane.
He's like, have you met your king or whatever? No, I've
Well,
never met.
No, I have not met my
That is a
dwarven
good
king.
Well, there
no.
you go. Like
Every
you don't
king
just
has
meet.
a castle. Where is his castle?
I don't know. He has a castle. It's over that, past the gates. It's past the village.
Where are we now in
They're at
this
the
world?
gates. Those are the gates. It's the entrance. I don't. That's
But where
where
do
it is.
where do they go?
If we go that way, the village shouldn't be that far. One of the villages.
All right. You know what? Let's just
This village bad?
let's just
Eh,
go to
I
town,
mean,
find an
good or
inn.
bad as any other place.
We can figure out this Strahd later.
I feel I did not do that very well. I'm sorry.
Look, I just came here and wanted to take Zila and myself to a nice festival to explore the world, and now you're telling me that we're stuck in this place.
Yes. Look, I can take you to the village. I can help you get settled in a little bit. That's all I can do at this point. I can take a message back to Tolkeg if you want to try to get word to one
So
of your
you can
families
get
or
back.
something. Yes,
That hardly seems
So
fair.
take
Why
us
can
with
you
you.
get back?
I'm Vistani.
But they don't
Not
like
Vistani.
you. So
I'm still one of them. They cannot change that. I'm still of the blood.
so is your okay. That's not fair.
I'm sorry. The rules are not always fair.
You could not guide us.
I do not know the ways. There are people, people who study the mists, who learn the routes through it. They say they can travel anywhere, any plane of existence and dimensions, but I am not one of them.
Just so I'm on the same page, this is the place that was described with the story last night, yes?
The story last night started where we came from originally, which is not this place, but this is
Not this
his
place.
land that they settled in afterward. The second part of the story, yes.
I am just thinking, he mentioned something about Madame Eva, maybe. Is
Oh.
she in this area?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know who that person is?
Yes, Madame Eva, she's the greatest seer of, I think probably the entire world.
He mentioned that she knows the truth about things.
She knows everything, I think.
It might be worth talking to her, maybe.
Look, if anyone could find you a way out of here, it'd probably be her.
Then let's get on
Great,
going,
it's
and I'll
settled.
hop back in the
To
cart.
this Ava, and then maybe we can get
Madame
one
Eva.
off the crazy wagon.
Yes, be respectful, please, Madam Ava.
She's important.
Is she royalty
Obviously.
related?
Oh, we don't have royalty, but
King?
she's an elder, and she's very gifted.
Zila, it's fine. I'll make sure we get you out of here. I'm not going to be the
I would like to
reason that
learn
you're
more
stuck
about
I'm more
this
here.
worried
place
about you.
as well.
I am fine. I will not be the reason. I was the one who convinced you to come here with me. I will not be the reason. No.
There are worse fates. Let's go see this Madame Ava.
I don't know. This sounds pretty bad.
All right.
Let's go
You're
see this
stuck here
Madame
now.
Ava.
Might as well go somewhere.
Not all bad, just mostly. And then I think he gets on.
Just
the
mostly.
cart.
What does that mean?
All right. So you guys taking the cart?
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Free cart.
All right.
As well.
We will
Oh, yeah.
take
Is there
the
is there
cart.
Right?
This is
any
free.
badging? Is there any badging, banners, anything marked on it?
No, it's brightly colored, but all of Vistani wagons typically are brightly painted and of some kind. It's pretty common for the Vistani wagons. I mean, you were taken here in their wagons, so they don't do things very plainly. They're very colorful people. So
Gotcha.
the wagon is very brightly colored.
Great.
Think of it almost like a carnival wagon. It's very brightly colored.
To bring
Pretty.
people's attention to it so they come out to the town so that they can capture them and bring them here.
And now we're about to parade it through this village of badness.
Yes.
It
People
will
are
be
probably used to
fine.
Vistani carts.
Totally
There are
fine.
many.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So as you all hop onto the cart, and who's driving, just for reference?
Probably Mikhail.
Probably
I think
Mikhail,
probably me.
yeah.
Okay.
Not me.
All right, just for flavor of who's driving.
I have an idea of where I'm going, probably.
Yeah, we
So-
don't.
Nope, that's fair.
I do not work with
Yeah.
horses. I do not know how that works.
I don't think the horses like me very much, but
So you all hop onto the cart with Mikhail driving, and you begin to head down this beaten up road that runs through. Uh, it's a road. Think of it like almost like the old Roman roads, where it's cobblestone, but it was relatively made at one time. As you're traveling down, black pools of water stand like mirrors in and around this roadway, which used to be nice and has now fallen to disarray. You see wagon tracks going through where carts have come in and out. Giant trees on both sides of the road. As you look over, you just see either side of you is just forests, towering trees whose tops you can't even see because the fog and the mist is just covering the tops of them. The 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 air and the what would what should be sunny is just this dark kind of overcast. That's the word I'm looking for. Weather, the fog you would think would burn off, it doesn't. It just stays there constantly, just giving this gloomy, overcast feeling. The woods, for how tall these trees are, there's very little room between each tree. They're almost unnaturally close together as they weave through And you see this as you're traveling through. And as you make your way closer and closer to what Mikhail says the direction of the town is, you come to a kind of T intersection in the road. And the road continues off to the left, much less maintained, almost like a dirt road that you would see. And standing next to the road, you see two children, two very young children, no older than probably 7 or 8. The oldest one, younger one being even smaller, probably no older than 5 or 6 at most. And you see them standing on the side of the road, and they see you coming, and the oldest one looks at you and almost like waves you down. Do you stop?
I slow but do not stop.
You slow but do not stop. Okay.
I poke my head up. Do you know those children?
No, and I do not trust it.
What is not to trust about children?
Many
Where
things
did
not
they
to
come
trust about
from?
strangers.
Strangers. This is not a place to trust. Are they doing anything as I sort of slow on approach?
I'm figuring out the voice. Hold on.
You're good.
I'm pulling a Chris and Tarandel. I'm muting myself to figure
mhm.
out the
Hey, you got it.
voice.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
yeah.
got
Go
it.
for it. Go for it.
Now you
Sometimes
you
you got it.
understand.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
No. No. Mm.
This?
Yeah,
No.
close.
Yes.
Hello.
No.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hmm.
My meat is gone. Face.
Oh no.
I should pull up the oldest one. As you get closer, you see the oldest one is a young girl. Like I said, no older than probably 7 or 8, and the youngest one is a boy clutching onto a bear, kind of hiding behind her a little bit. No older than probably 5. And as you begin to slow down, as you get closer, um, the little girl speaks up, and you can just barely hear her over the clacking of the wheels and of the hooves. Please, won't you come help us?
What do you need help with?
There, there's a monster in our house.
What
Oh,
sort of monster?
I don't know. There's a monster in there. Mommy and Daddy went in to go stop it, and they haven't come back.
I want to go help them. I do not like monsters.
Does. I will stop the cart and look at this little girl in the eyes. Are you telling me the truth right now?
Yeah, yes. There's a monster.
Insight
basement.
check.
Okay.
Fuck. 10.
That's almost a good roll. Oof.
I'm pretty good at insight, but not that good.
Insight.
Good enough to overcome a 6.
Let me double check what her.
Is she lying to me?
Gotta find. This was another one where I had it pinned, but because of everything that happened, I don't have her pinned anymore. So give me a
It's all
second.
good. Bring up them stats.
Literally. Got to bring. That da 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 da. Okay. you think she's telling the truth. She is telling the truth.
I don't think she's lying.
I
Well, we
mean,
should probably go help her.
this is just a little. It's just a little girl. I mean, what?
They're small.
They are small.
Very small.
The whole reason I took out traveling was to help people. Where are your parents?
I just do not like monsters.
Your reasons and mine differ greatly. I don't really comfortable helping strangers with their own problems.
They're only children.
But you are my cart. My only need of this world. I would hate to see you die.
We are in a new place. Might as well make some friends, right?
Friends, yes.
Or at
Why
least not
not?
enemies.
Hmm. Now that is truth.
Where is this house? In the village?
It's
Outside of it.
no, it's up the road up here. Mommy and
Up the
Daddy went
road.
inside to try to stop the monster, and they haven't come back.
Is it the well kept road? Really torn road.
She is pointing directly behind her to the left road, the road that comes off of the main road.
I
Gotcha.
have
Yeah.
a
Like the iffy
question
road?
about what she's saying.
Okay.
Is she? Does it almost sound like she's on repeat?
That's an interesting question.
No. It does not. That's just me failing to think of other phrases to say.
No, I reasons
but no,
for asking.
she does not.
Okay.
What
No,
are your
she
names?
does not.
It
She
does not sound-
sounds she sounds like a genuine.
Okay.
Like she
Okay.
is genuinely concerned.
What are your names?
My name is Rose, and this is my brother Thorn.
Rosenthorn, huh? All right. Are we going? That is the decision.
I think we should.
It seemed like that's what the consensus was.
All right.
As long as there's
My
no
I will
reservations,
pick
but
up Rosenthorn and put them into the wagon, like to the seat next to mine, like the driver's bench.
You can do that.
Okay.
You pick.
They're physical.
Yep.
Okay.
So you
Making sure they weren't
pick
an
up
image.
the
Gotta
you climb
check.
climb up into the wagon. As you help them up, you as you make their way up there, find out that Rose's full name is Rosevalda,
Osvaldo.
and
I love
her
that.
brother is Thornbolt, but they go by Rose and Thorn.
It's very sweet.
Most of the way, the entire way up to the up to the house, the boy is just sobbing, just like a little kid crying.
Jeez.
And it's I mean it's very obvious. Like she said, their parents went to go solve this monster,
Mhm.
and they've not returned. So he is just crying and holding this little stuffed doll. And as you begin to make your way up to the house, you get up there and uh, let me get you all onto the map, and then I will give you the map. Okay. I'm hoping that. Yes, okay, good. I was hoping that my line of sight was still functioning after everything. I had to check that real quick. Boom.
Before we get into combat,
there's not combat.
Right, but if there's going to be, I'll need an action added because one of my normal attacks was never added. So
Okay, what? My stream just went all wonky. Hold on, my
it's because Chris assumes there's going to be some kind of combat.
Why would you
coming
think
up.
such a thing? This
Crazy.
is clearly a lovely little house.
Yes.
And nothing bad
Yeah.
will happen in it.
It's just a house, nothing more.
Yeah. It's just some kids with some overactive imaginations. No.
my stream is dying.
Oh no.
Nar!
I am at 800 kilobits a second right now.
My.
Oh.
Yeah, my bitrate just tanked. See, Mira has the problem with hers just cuts off. Mine just tank. Like my bitrate just plummets. And now we're back up. Now I'm back up to.
Yeah, you
Oh,
seem
now
fine.
I just dropped again. Nope. Now I'm back down
Yeah.
to
You
under
seem
1,000
fine on my
kilobits.
end.
I'm looking at the details of like the character portraits. Yeah, this as saying nope, it's bad. Nope, it's good. I was watching. I was like, oh, I can make out the details of my eye. Oh, nope, that thing's looks like it's closed now.
Yeah, for some reason at this time of night, my bitrate just tanks.
I
And
hope
it'll
it's
sit
just
this
my
way.
end, but your stream just paused.
It'll sit this way for a bit of time, and then it fixes itself, and it's fine. I don't know why it does it. Regardless of what I'm doing, it does it. It's really freaking annoying. I don't know why it's always this time of night. But that's okay. We can get the whatchamacallits set up. Oh, do I not have token movement unlocked for you guys?
No, sorry.
No, you
Didn't
don't.
mean
Oh, that's annoying. I need
Nope,
to fix
yeah.
that. I thought I had that. My bad. I thought I had that set.
All good.
I'm like glitching out.
I know that's a button somewhere in here. I don't know if Mike is in my
Fine.
chat anymore, but he was trying to tell me how to do things earlier in my chat.
I don't know if he's in my chat. He was talking earlier, but
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
know if he's in.
talking. He was talking in mine earlier. He was telling me things, but I wasn't paying attention to his because I was telling a story. He was trying to tell me as I was trying to set the story, and so I was not paying attention to the chat.
He jump scared me with a subscribble.
Nice.
I don't
Yeah,
have
because it
those
was
yet.
really loud.
I don't have those yet. I'm not important enough.
Well, we gotta fix that, all right? Okay, every single one of us needs to just start lurking him as soon as he starts streaming. We are
That's all
gonna get
good.
you that affiliate. We are gonna get you it.
Facing I get a party.
Whoa.
Ah.
Is it that?
Ah.
I
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Hold on. Figuring this out.
We're doing it live.
We are doing it live because
Hey.
I thought for sure I had
That's
this set, and I don't.
In the meantime, I'm just gonna come up with
Hey, try it now.
totally not a plan of attack on my end.
Hey,
Great.
it's a
Heyo,
button on the
free.
map. I'm smart, guys.
Hey,
We did it.
Yeah.
Got there.
So can you help me add a weapon attack?
Yes.
We never built
Did I not?
my regular telekinesis.
Oh, I thought we did. My
So
bad.
we built the club and dart that I will never use in the normal fashion.
Fair.
But we didn't add my actual telekinesis, which is how I will be attacking always.
I mean, I technically have the same thing going on, but I just figured I'd figure that out when it's time.
I need the attack added. It's either now or later.
Yeah. Okay, I can see how mine is done. Never mind. I'm good. I'm good on my end. It's just you.
Oh wait, there's an add weapon thing. Here we go. I might have to do it.
Wait, isn't it? Isn't it?
Don't you have a? Do you have an a the magnifying glass, Chris?
Yeah, I do. I didn't realize there was add weapon
No,
at the bottom.
no, that's not what I mean.
Yes, I have magnifying glasses on the other two attacks that are created, but I
Okay.
didn't have anything for my telekinesis created. It was just the actual weapons that were added.
Okay.
Micah's not in the chat anymore because he's streaming. That's why he's not in the chat anymore.
He's in Cyberpunk.
Yup. Okay. Up. How do
Oh,
we put this
jeez.
in there?
Oh.
I mean, we could just put this in as a power rather than the weapon because it might be easier.
Um, 24 plus. Oh, kind of.
Okay, I'm back. Who died?
No one.
Okay, good. Good checking.
We're fixing Chris's stuff.
Okay.
Be int plus proficiency.
Okay, I think that's good.
Forgot that I can hear my ears on my ears.
Okay, yeah, we can do that for now, but I know that it might be easier to put it in as a power because then it'll shift, it'll change as your stuff does. We'll see. We'll try it. We'll see how it works. Because I have yours in here, right? Yeah. Mira, I have yours in here, correct?
Yeah, the one that I was thinking of was telekinetic force, and if
Yeah.
I click the magnifying glass, I see all the stuff that would go with it, so we're fine.
Yeah, yours is a save. His is an actual attack roll.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
I
And mine
half
counts
listening.
as melee.
So we went with the
Yeah,
kids, right?
hers is a ranged spell
Yes.
attack.
Yes, we decided
Okay.
to follow. We took them to the house. That's
Yes.
Their
where we are.
names are
Perfect.
Rosevalda and Thornbolt in full.
Rose and Thorn.
Rosevalda. Wow.
And Thornbolt.
Rose
And
Thorn.
Thornfold. Rose and
Thorn.
Thorn. The little boy is crying. The little girl is slightly more helpful.
Every rose
Only
has
slightly.
its thorn.
Only
Ew.
slightly.
Okay. So, as you guys approach the house, you are greeted first by a big gate. You walk through the archway and you see a big gate out in front of the house leading up to basically like the porch. Is everybody on the map correct? Good. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. So, how do you want to proceed to do this? I'll let you guys.
Are the children with us or like off to the side somewhere, like
I would
hiding?
have told them to stay with the cart.
Yeah, if you try to bring the children up to the house, Rose will go, no, we don't want to go near there. The monster.
No.
And
Like where was the monster
stay in the
last
cart.
seen?
Can
Like
yeah, the monster.
Can you tell us
the
what?
monster was in the basement?
Can you tell us what the monster
Of
looked
course it's in the
like?
basement.
Did you see it?
No, I don't know. Mommy and Daddy told us to
Okay.
leave.
Did you hear it?
No. We just did what Mommy and Daddy said.
So you didn't
they must
see
be
it?
good children.
You didn't
Never
hear
thought to
it?
run.
What's your mom and dad's name?
Um, Mommy is Elizabeth and Daddy is Gustav.
Elizabeth and Gustav.
Okay.
Right. All right.
Look, Rosevalda, and Thorn. You stay right here, all right? Stay with the cart, and you take care of the horses. And Rose, you take care of Thorn, okay? You watch him,
Okay.
okay? And don't talk to strangers.
Well, then that means you're telling them not to talk to us, because technically we're strangers to
We're
them.
not strangers anymore,
They
huh?
have already talked to us. It is too
It's
late.
too late.
Well,
They
I
already
mean-
talked to strangers. I can only offer
Okay.
advice.
We
too
also
late.
talked to strangers.
Yes,
So
well, I mean, I guess-
we're all doing wrong here.
And
Technically-
look what happened to
Well-
you. You all got kidnapped. That's what happens when you talk to
Hey.
strangers, huh?
That was not intentional. We had nowhere else to stay for the night.
I'm just saying. Just good advice for
Alright.
children.
Do we hear
Just trying to
anything
go to
coming
a
from the
party.
house?
So, as you get closer to the house, the outside of the house looks fairly well kept. It doesn't look abandoned. It doesn't look like you might, like this is suspicious or anything. This is very well kept house. The road leading up to it, not so much, but
Mhm.
the house itself is fairly well kept. You can see some lights shining through the window. And so it looks like relatively, like a normal house.
Hi, Becky.
No strange smells or anything?
As you get up closer to it, you can smell food. And by the time you get here, it's probably you probably came in probably close to dawn. It's probably like late morning. Like, so you imagine this is probably either like a brunch or a lunch type of thing that you can smell coming from the house. But you don't hear anything. You don't
Is there
hear
any
any
cart
odd
around the
noises.
house?
There is not. There is just the house. And you can feel free to walk around it. Ignore the dead trees on the map. I could not edit those, so that's why they're still on the map. They're not actually there.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well,
So it does not actually look. It does not look as dead as it's supposed to look. Much more green, but I couldn't edit the map, so.
Nothing
if
is
these
free.
children's parents are in danger, we should go inside the house and help them.
I don't like the smell of food.
All right.
Why not? It's food. It
Fine.
is food.
Fine.
If they're being attacked by a monster, why are they cooking?
Maybe they
I would
were
like to
attacked
peer-
suddenly and they were making brunch.
So, is this like just a gate?
Yeah, it's just a gate.
Okay.
Is that a window?
It is.
I would like to look through the window, please.
You can look through the window and inside. Let me see what that room looks like. You
very
see
RPG. Looks in the window.
you see a study.
Anything odd with the study?
Nothing looks odd. You can see that you can faintly see that there's some light inside. There's looks to be maybe a fireplace. That's what I'm looking for. But outside of that, nothing looks odd to you. It just looks like a study.
I would like
Unfortunately, I did not program the windows because there's a lot of windows on this building.
Yeah.
A lot of windows.
I would like to try and open the gate from here.
Sure. You can
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
open
can
the
do
gate.
that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it's-
so as the gate swings open, you open it and it bangs outward. It wasn't locked. It was just there.
Okay.
It just
I
bangs
can't.
against the stone as it flings open.
I can't.
The
edit
cow
the
jumps
door.
about a foot in the air. Ha.
Yeah.
Ghosts,
Are
probably.
you alright?
I don't know. It fucking opened by itself. You saw that.
I
It's
did.
crazy.
Oh,
It did open by itself.
sorry, that was me.
Ghost or something. Oh, what?
What do you mean that was
What do
you?
you mean it
You're
was
over
you? You
there,
were
and the
like,
gate is over there.
I mean,
what she said.
that was me. Oh, right. I
I would like
guess.
to close it and open it.
Fucking annoying ghost. This
see?
is
You
what
can
it
do
is.
magic.
Jesus.
You have to tell us now because that is important
Well,
information to know.
hold on. I think there's a easier way to explain this. Twice. So what is something nobody here is light. Question. I know this might be rude, but Zila, about how much do you weigh?
uh,
That is rude.
I need to I need to know for
Very, very
for
rude.
mechanical purposes, I need to know if I can do this.
we never discussed how heavy plasmoids
No,
were in our session
we
zeros.
didn't. The
Let me
DM can
Google
help
real
us determine that.
Is plasma heavy or is it light?
Interesting question.
Yeah, I never really.
Question
Let's
I
say
never
water.
thought I would.
Hold on.
One I
they
never thought I'd
dense?
have to figure
The
out.
cubic density and massive plasma?
We
No.
we are a size medium or small. That's
Right.
what I got for that.
Yeah.
I don't know
But-
about actual
I
weight.
imagine you're probably lighter than a normal human your size would be because you don't have bones.
Yeah,
That's true.
but
You don't have a skeletal structure or internal organs.
Google,
Weird.
how much do plasmoids weigh?
Spelljammer, plasmoids. Plasmoids average 200 to 300 pounds. Your size is medium. However, a plasmoid can reduce their size to small,
We're
but
dead.
our
100 to
but
300
our
pounds.
weight is we're
dense.
You all
dense.
some dense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say I'm
Sort of
gonna be
interesting.
200 just because I don't.
Y'all are
Does that sound
dense.
okay?
I
Dang.
feel like both of us are whatever. Okay, I don't like
We're
that.
gonna
I don't
go
like that
with
reasoning.
Makes sense.
I don't
I
like
would
it
say
either.
you probably are no more than like 100 pounds.
Okay, great.
All right, let's do that.
Can't do
I'm
that.
gonna
Because
edit my
I cannot fathom
No.
why you would
Like-
weigh 200 to 300
No.
pounds.
This,
The
I mean, like
substance is real
liquid
thick.
weight versus like
I
I don't know.
guess, but but a slime's not 100% a liquid either.
That's true. It's weird.
Not
We're
really solid, not
amorphous.
really liquid, you know, it's
Yeah,
fluid.
I view you
amorphous.
guys probably being like, I would say you're probably like 80% the weight you should be for your size.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
You know, so like if you become tiny, you're, you know, where something would be like 15 pounds, you're like 12 to 10. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
you're roughly 80% the weight of the size you are. That that makes sense to me.
Can't do the thing
200
I was
300
thinking.
pounds.
It's fine.
Damn, you're
Okay, yeah, we're not 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying if you shrunk to small, you would be. But
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be that light.
I don't think that's how that works.
That
No.
must be like minuscule.
We just become denser if we go small.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Weight
I guess
would-
if you
weight
started
would be
as
the
a small,
same.
like Brick Kirby.
Anyways.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
you can't
so yeah,
fling me.
I'd say
No.
you're both probably
Hover
around
me in
100
the air.
pounds.
Like, no.
No one's here. Does anyone have okay, perfect. Mikhail, where's your weapon is holstered on your side?
Yeah, it's acts like on my hip.
Okay. Sorry. I can do things like this, and I'll pull your weapon off your side and like float it up towards your hand.
Ah.
It's not
To grab it.
it's not magic per se. It's in my blood not bloodline, slime line. Plasmoid.
Ew,
Sorry.
yeah.
It's
That
in my
sounds-
family line. We're
Okay.
psionic.
I mean. Okay, that
Oh,
sounds like
God.
magic to me.
Zila pulls
Cool.
out her
A
dagger and
racial
just hovers
thing.
it up in the air, kind
See,
of
now
spins
that
it,
would be a good example. Of
just
what you
kind of
can do.
hovers it, and then
Well, I mean,
puts
I
it back in
guess
the holster.
All right. See, now we know, and so we won't be scared when you just move things with your
right,
head and don't tell us about it.
Right.
But I will
sorry.
always assume it is you now if something moves and it's not supposed to move.
That is true.
Well,
you have to tell us if it's not you now.
You're right. It can
This is
also
important
be
to
Zila,
specify.
so
Okay, well, both of you it goes for.
oh.
Okay, the
I
music-
wasn't
yeah, the
ready
music
for the
came on, I was
music.
like, it's someone's
Yeah.
phone
I
going
remembered
off.
music.
You got the music this time. Hey.
Why do I
Nice.
hear boss music?
No
That kinda
reason.
went through my mind.
D&D music.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
I guess now's a good time to discuss as any. Mikhail, you look like someone who's up in the front.
Yes, probably. I'm good with an
And
axe.
what about you?
Rosta.
Dorosta, thank you.
Rost.
Thank you. My
Yes.
apologies. And Bard, Hulbard, Harbard,
Arbard.
Halbard. Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Halbard.
What
Arbard.
about
Yes.
you? I suppose if we're going over this, we should get everybody's skills. Hold on. Let me. Okay. So what is everybody's skills then?
They hit things with a hammer and shoot them with a crossbow.
Okay, hammer. And
Seems pretty
so you're
straightforward.
up in the front, but you can be distant. Okay,
Sure.
good. Halbard. And Drashtar? Drashta? Bleh.
We'll have to work on this.
Dorosta.
Dorosta. We,
Dorosta.
I can use my rapier. I can use magic. I can walk around very quickly.
Magic is good. What
Some magic. I don't have much yet.
are you like my mother, are you more evocation? Are you enchantment?
That is a very odd question.
What kinds of magic? Sorry,
I have spells that are beneficial
Oh, okay. So
to others.
we'll go with enchantment unless you tell me otherwise.
Somewhat. I can do things to help myself. I can do things to help you. I can do things to hurt others sometimes.
Zila is awesome. She can shoot like psionic spears at people. She's great. We'll be in the back. And
Good to know.
Mikhail, so
Very
yeah,
interesting.
you just get up and slash people with that axe. Okay.
I have a crossbow as well if need be, but
Good,
it's not
good,
my
good, good.
preference.
Okay.
You know, but sometimes
I
you
do
have to
not have a crossbow.
shoot from far away.
That is beyond my skill.
All right. Noted. All right. Well, we're not gonna help these kids just standing around here.
Let us go in the house. We have to go and help in the basement.
Let
Okay.
us go.
I'm gonna start walking.
Yep, you guys should be able to move around.
Yep.
I have control.
You should be able to.
It's opened.
I cannot
Wait,
open the door.
It's open.
The door
Yeah,
will not open.
you said you threw it open, so I
Yeah, there it
opened
is.
It
Okay.
is open.
Ah.
Now I can open the door.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Just for your reference, right now I can lift or push up to 17 pounds.
Good to know.
I can only do 10. What?
The blood flows
Alright, whatever.
stronger in one than the other.
I have to know. Are you two related?
Yes,
What
we are
is going on
actually.
here?
Yes,
Um,
we're kind of like sisters, but once again we're plasmoids, so sisters isn't really quite right. It's almost like cousins, but we share the same line. It's like a bloodline, but it's the hollow line is where we come from. We follow back up. Yes, we're related.
Just out of
Okay,
curiosity,
good enough for
how
me.
many siblings do you have?
Well, that's a weird question. I was only child. We didn't grow up together.
Do you have parents?
Yes, I have parents. Of course, I have parents. Everyone has
Well, it
parents.
sounded weird the way you were putting
Well,
it.
no. You see, it's different from the way that you mammals breed.
Mammals is kind of rude.
Well, it's
not that-
it's
I mean,
accurate
it's,
actually. The bloodline, the slime line that we share, was actually manufactured by Barthier your human generations ago. But no, I do have parents, but they split they combine together, like meld together into one thing and combine their DNA. It's different. I know technically with mammals you're combining DNA, but there's not like a pregnancy period like there is with mammals. It's different.
This is something we can talk about later, but
This
I'm very
is something
curious.
we can talk about later. Yes, I have parents.
Okay,
Good to know.
that's good enough for me.
Good enough for now.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Do we want to go inside?
Yeah, here we
Yes.
go. I'll open this door.
That will take some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
Still
you open it, or do I have
unusual.
to open it?
I
Uh,
can.
Okay.
Now
I was
the
gonna say, I
door's
thought I
open.
had it, so that you good.
I'm going to very cautiously proceed inside.
I will
shall
follow.
Hammer at the ready.
Yeah, my axe is
Rapier
out.
out.
All
Yes.
right. So, as you open the front door, you see a foyer. You see hanging on the south on the wall. What? Excuse me. Where did my sheet go? Ah!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Notes.
Sorry, I found it. Hanging on the
Okay.
south wall of the foyer is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, a stylized gold windmill on a red field, flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Mahogany-framed double doors lead from the foyer to the rest of the house, and they are set with panes of stained glass.
Is the coat of arms familiar to me at all?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Is that the only thing on the wall?
That is the only things on the wall. Yeah, so you see in the
Were
middle.
you expecting a
well,
body?
Is it lit up
No,
right now?
no.
Like lights?
Are the lights not working?
No, they are. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I can see.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If there's light shining, that the lights are that is true. I went through and what has light shining has light shining.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
So
DM, I hate to say this, I've only just looked at my weapons, and they are missing.
Oh dear.
oh
no.
no.
You wanted to have a hammer? Psh, nah.
Yeah,
They
I don't
did
even have a
steal from you.
crossbow. Oh,
You
wait,
wanted
now
to be
it's
able
there.
to
Wait,
shoot
what?
bolts.
Why is it not there in combat?
Let
If
me
I
look
haven't
and see.
set the mode to combat, it's just gone.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Standard and preparation, it's fine, but
Should be there.
Just set it to standard for now, and I'll look into that.
okay. I'm gonna.
Standard or preparation, either way, whichever way you want to have it set.
All right, we'll keep it.
That's weird. I'll have to look into seeing why that is.
Yeah, that's very strange. Okay.
Changing the mode to combat makes me look at far less things, so that's nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look into doing that. That's weird. Good to know. At least it's there though,
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so that's what you're seeing here on this on this wall over over on your right.
Okay.
That's where you see the framed pictures, and then the shield is the big thing in the center there.
And just the one big door at the end of this.
Yeah, you see it's a double door, and it has stained glass that you cannot see through. It's like a fancy stained glass
What's
that leads into the rest of the house.
I don't think I can reach that from here currently.
Does it look like there's any type of movement through there? Any shadows?
You can't see through the stained glass. It's a very decorative, like ornate look. Like the whole thing is stained glass. You could look
Yeah.
if you were like right up to it, you might be able to see through it, but it's a thick pane of stained glass, so you can't really. You can see that there's light on the other side of it.
Okay.
Okay.
The stained glass has the same windmill style as the shield. That same coat of arms.
Okay. Well, onward and forwards, I suppose.
Only one way to go.
Yes.
My speed says 30 feet DM, but it's supposed to be 35, just so you're aware.
Let me fix. That's an easy fix.
Yeah.
I wonder what. I'm just gonna give you 5 miscellaneous, and I'll mess with the race later.
Cool. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna open this door unless one of the psychics does it. The psionics, rather.
I'll let you open
Sorry.
this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Old creek.
All right.
Open.
As you open that door, you hear boom as the
Doors.
outside door slams shut.
Oh, that is not good.
Behind us?
Not the
Behind
right
you.
sign.
That was
Huh.
not me.
Also good to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, that's what we were
Yes.
talking about.
All sorts of strange things happening around. I appreciate knowing it's not you.
Huh.
All right. Well, that's
Can you try to open the front door? Like, is it just closed or is it locked now?
I mean, I'd have to walk back, or I can't do it from this far away.
Okay.
It's
Do you
concerning.
want one of us to walk with you?
Yeah, I can go with you to toward the door.
That's
Zila
fine.
just starts walking.
Oh, okay.
I try to open it psychically, telepathically.
You try to open it, and it does not open.
Oh, even
Cool.
better. The door is locked in the front now.
Yep. No.
This does
This was
not bode
probably a
well.
trap. That's fine. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yes, fine.
all right.
Something is not right in this house.
And we're the smart ones who decide to walk in. Let's
A
move
monster's a
through
monster.
quick.
I don't care how bad it is. I have to go get it.
So, as you walk into here, a wide hall runs the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace on one end and a sweeping red marble staircase on the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a sword, with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood-paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. The decorative paneling follows the staircase as it goes upwards.
This is a very nice house.
Very fancy.
I
Yes.
suppose it's not
Let's see if we can find some
bad.
stairs going down, maybe.
That
Visit
would
the
be best.
basement.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I
Alright,
don't imagine they'd be near the spiral staircase going up. Let's
Well,
check the north end of this.
Sounds good.
Is this a door right here?
Yeah,
That-
it's an open door because again the map, but it's technically closed. It's drawn onto the map.
Gotcha.
I had very limited things I could actually edit on this map, as much as I love this map. So even though
And
technically yes, the door is
is-
open there, it is technically closed.
What is in the hallway over here?
Over there you see 2 doors, one to your right, one forward.
Oh, there are so many doors in this house. Okay.
At this point, I need to confess something. I have no vision in the dark. I'm gonna run over and light a torch real quick. And
at
I'll
this
run over
mark, I
here.
cannot see in the dark either.
And I'll use
Oh,
one of my torches.
Okay.
we can.
Look, we're only human. What do you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
You should be able to give yourself the effect of a torch.
How do I do that? Through effects?
Yeah, effects, and then you should be able to do torch.
Torch. Cool. Alright. Now then. With the mood set, torch in hand, let's go hunt some monsters. And, would anyone care to open the door?
Yeah, I will open the door. The
Which
top
one?
door. The
Top door?
most northernmost door. Yeah.
Okay.
It opens, maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Mm.
get a torch.
Smells like food? Question mark.
I pressed the door
Yep.
and it opened.
So as you-
Oh, good. That's
As you walk in, you see you see a big table. The centerpiece of this wood panel dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs over the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the fireplace is a mahogany framed painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer among the trees. Red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall. You also see, in the middle of it, a bunch of food. Looks to be fairly fresh.
Are you sure it's not letters or scrolls on the plates? Because it looks like scrolls on the plates.
That's
Nah.
It's
Maybe
supposed to
have
be
napkins.
like napkins, like rolled
Those are
up
the
napkins.
place settings,
Oh.
obviously.
God, I took it like it. They okay.
What, you think we were invited?
Ninja food
No.
scrolls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
No,
thought.
it's like
summoning
rolled up
food
napkins.
scrolls.
Yeah, they're scrolls to create food and water, you know?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
No,
if
they're just
nothing
rolled up
else-
napkins.
well,
Okay.
if
The
nothing
food
else,
is the food is there in the middle, and it smells really good. It's very fresh.
Sorry.
All right.
if nothing else,
Not.
we seem to have a very nice place to stay if the parents have bit the dust.
Well, I. The problem is if these kids who I'm starting to believe less and less as we enter this house, did have their parents taken from them. Wouldn't this all be like cold by now? Because you know.
This
Well,
is
they
seeming.
did not say when this happened. It could have been this morning. It could have been last
Do we
night.
really think it was so quickly that this food is still hot?
This is seeming
That is
more and
odd.
more like an illusion than anything else.
But they ran out. They went to the road. We came by right then, and we traveled back here.
It's a
What-
little
what-
too convenient.
Hmm.
I agree with
You
Mikhail.
have a point. You have a point there. Yes.
I'm just
Very
saying.
true. Well, there seems to be another room over here. I want to.
And yet we decided to come here. Zila, why did we decide to come here?
Yes.
I don't know. Zila picks up a knife telekinetically and just throws it directly into the middle of one of the food items on the table just to see what would happen.
It sticks into the food like you would imagine, like if you throw it into like a piece, so it's like a turkey. You throw something into like a thing of meat, and it just thunk, it just sticks.
That
I can imagine
hardly
it would.
seems necessary and very unsettling of you.
Don't worry about it.
Not eat the food. That seems odd. But we can keep moving.
We just leave it.
Yeah, it looks
Yes,
like they were getting
let's
ready to sit
leave
down and eat lunch. You imagine?
It is not our food anyway.
Right, I'm gonna open this door, presumably out to here. Yep. Okay. Well,
Is this
You're
a-
back
did we
out in the
just-
main hall.
We circled back to the
Yes.
beginning. Okay. All right. The
Interesting
next door then.
layout.
We could go back
Yes.
to this one.
sounds good to
Oh
me.
god. I
Yeah,
can't
the game.
move.
The game don't like it.
You
don't like it.
I am stuck in lag.
Well, I'll open another one, but the rest of you get the rest. And I try to open it. Is
Open's
it
just fine.
locked?
Nope.
I
open's just fine.
cannot open it. Oh, what? Okay, the game's just having a hard time.
Yeah, it's
It was
you
just
have to like
very
you have to
slow.
literally click on where the open close thing is for it to open or close.
On the actual like little icon. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to actually
Yeah.
click on the little icon in order for the thing to actually work.
Gotcha. We're walking in. Is all the food fresh in here?
Yep. So as you walk in, the kitchen is tidy with dishware, cookware, and utensils neatly placed on shelves. A work table has a cutting board and rolling pin. and a stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall. It has a iron stovepipe connecting to a hole in the ceiling. And there is fresh food on the walls.
Are there any like fruits?
Yeah, there's like some there's some grapes, there's some actually mostly a lot of grapes, some apples and things here and there, but a lot of grapes.
I have a question about meat that was on the table in there.
That I stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I have a question about the meat
Yes.
on the table in here.
Oh, shoot. All right.
What does the meat look like?
Looks like a turkey.
Does it?
Yeah, looks like a really nice, perfectly done turkey.
Is that the only meat on the table?
I mean, yeah, it's for Rose and Thorn and her parents, so yeah, it's just a single turkey in the middle of the table, ready to be consumed.
Okay, just making sure
Well, some
this.
side dishes and things scattered across the table.
Sure,
Like they
sure.
were getting ready to sit down and eat a meal.
Okay, all right, that answers my question. Thank you.
Are all
Yep.
8 seats set and prepared for this meal?
All 8 are set, yeah. Whether they use all 8 or not could just be because they like to have it all set and ready to go in case they have guests. You don't know.
Okay.
All right,
Very
well, I
interesting.
don't think there's any way to. Oh wait, hold on. There's a door over here.
There is also a door in the back of the
Yes.
kitchen.
Oh,
Yes. Wait, let us go
that's.
to that door
Uh,
first.
uh,
To find
yeah.
that door.
Ah.
Come along.
Alright.
Like a pantry or something.
As you open it, behind the stove and to the left is a door leading to a well-stocked pantry.
Well,
All the
that is
food in the
disappointing.
pantry is fresh.
Well
Mhm.
then,
Sure it is. Okay.
let's
I
check
believe you.
that door that you had
Totally
spotted.
fresh.
Wee.
Good. Good. Good.
Yeah, the people moving so fast is breaking.
Just gonna point
I'm
to
using
it.
my
works fine,
arrows.
so why is it
I'm
messed up
using my
right
arrow
now?
keys, by the way.
I am too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't
It's
know.
just having a night.
It could be. I mean, this map is a 6K map, so.
Oh, well,
Good
that might do
boy.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
I
yeah,
usually just
that'll
do
it.
4K because otherwise
I
it does.
couldn't edit it.
What even
Oh,
is 6K? How does that even exist?
6K is 1.5 times resolution of
Gosh.
4K.
That's unnecessary.
that is math.
Thank you.
So it is 6 times a 1080p monitor.
I opened the door this time.
Aha.
All right, as you open it, you're looking inside. It is a cloakroom. There are several black cloaks hanging from hooks on the walls, and a top hat sits on a high shelf.
Oh my goodness, this is getting
Nope.
ridiculous. Where is this door? And what's going on over here? Why is there like a triangle piece
Are
cut
all the
out in the
cloaks
wall?
black?
That would be because of how I had to draw the walls, because walls don't draw in circles.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, I can draw straight lines, I can draw a full circle, or I can draw boxes. I can't actually draw curves, so they end
That's
up like
annoying.
jagged little cuts.
Yeah.
It's just how they are. It's
Shit.
just how the program is. Limitation of the program.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
The half circle feature.
yeah, they have like a full circle, but they don't have a half
Hmm.
circle.
Mikhail asked if the cloaks are all black in the room.
Yep.
Mhm.
All black cloaks with a
Okay.
black top hat.
Little weird, but not that weird.
It is a little weird.
Well, I guess there's nowhere to go except
I guess we can
for
go up the stairs.
up.
I closed
Oh,
this
no,
door.
wait,
I closed
wait.
this door, by the way. I'm
I
just gonna
have
leave it
spotted-
closed.
I have spotted a door
I can't.
Wait, where?
down here.
Ah.
programmed no like. Okay.
Good.
Another door.
I'll open it.
Okay.
Huh.
Does this appear to
Yeah.
be the study that I saw through the window?
This appears to be the study that you saw through the window. This oak paneled room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head. Positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabra. A chandelier hangs above the cloth-covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the walls.
Interesting.
Doesn't appear to be anywhere down here. I'm
Could
really
I look
not
around
liking
this
these
room?
wolves.
I don't know about this. Could I look around the room for any hints or clues or anything, notes about
Make a
the
perception
monster?
check.
It's like a study, so maybe there's stuff in here. I don't know.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Oof.
I'm rolling great. Doing great.
Nope.
I don't see
You
anything.
See exactly what I described.
Cool. I sort of reach out to the wolf and pet its head.
It is a. Yep. It is. It's soft.
Yes.
It's stuffed. Like
Mhm.
taxidermied.
Okay. Well, let's I'm gonna go over here and open up the cabinet.
As you go to open up the cabinet, it is locked.
Is it now?
Is it?
Yes.
Is it now?
Interesting.
It is locked.
Okay, I
Interesting.
know
You
as a
cannot
player
open
you
the
just
cabinet?
you just kind of walk through a wolf, but as like in game, I imagine you just kind of like morphing around it.
It would be
Very unsettling.
characteristic, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine they move weird.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Is there a keyhole?
Yes, there is.
How wide is the
How
keyhole?
wide is the keyhole?
Y'all are gross.
This is nasty.
This is
I mean, it's
on
the
brand.
Is it 1 inch
size.
wide?
Tell me in inches.
It'd be the size of a skeleton key, so it's probably about an inch.
Do you want to know?
Perfect. So for the first time, the rest of the party, you just see Zopi's form kind of go completely blob as she squeezes her body through the keyhole.
What in the fuck?
And what-
Sweet
I
God.
walk out.
And what do I see in here? I still have my vision and everything.
Yep. So in there, you see 3 crossbows and some bolts.
Anything
does she
good
do
in
that
there?
often?
Well, yes, there's
Is that okay?
there appears to be some crossbows and some bolts in here.
Love the muffled voice.
It's very good.
I don't really know how we would get in here normally, but is there any kind of is there a kind of lock mechanism or anything on the inside?
Nope. It is just a skeleton key style open. The lock is internal in the door.
Look, I think we will be alright without.
You're locked
I mean,
in,
I
you're
don't-
locked in, you're locked out, you're locked out.
I don't
Oh,
need any
also,
more bolts or whatever.
For what it's worth, my things, because when we go amorphous like this, my things dropped on the floor.
Okay.
Good to
Um,
know.
Because
Well, like again,
our-
is she okay in there? Does
Yes.
she
No,
have
I'm fine.
assistance?
I'm quite fine. And here, hold on. And I'll come out and like
Oh, okay. it's
blob
going back.
onto the floor
Yeah.
where my things are. And as I reshape myself, like the clothes and my equipment covers back up on me how it was.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
fine.
there's some
Feels a
crossbows
little better.
and bolts in there. Let me go see what's over in this one.
All right.
Is this
You open that
is this one locked?
cabinet. Nope, that cabinet is unlocked, and
Okay.
there is an assortment of wine glasses and a deck of playing cards.
Oh.
A deck of playing cards, you say?
I was gonna say, Zila, do you want this? I already have a chess set.
Sure.
There you go.
All right, you have a deck of playing cards.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's just it just looks like a normal deck of playing cards.
It is a little rude to steal from people we've never met before, but okay, that's fine. Okay,
Well,
I'm going to keep walking.
I mean, some probably evil children got us to come in here somehow. So you know what? I
Oh,
think
I don't care. I just was
Zila.
saying, you know.
I think Zila deserves a deck of playing cards.
we don't know that the children are in on it.
Yeah, you're right, but you know,
It's probably their playing card you just stole, actually.
I don't think. Who
If
cares?
they ask for it, I'll give it back.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
problem solved.
I have no preference. It's up to you. Okay.
I don't think they're gonna ask for it. So
If they are even alive after this.
A fair
Stay on
point
the
once
card.
I'm out of here.
Are there any more doors, or can we go up the stairs now?
I didn't see anything else.
That's a good sign.
I
All right,
believe we must go upstairs to go downstairs.
It would
Suppose.
seem that way.
Yes.
Alright. We're going up the stairs. Very slowly because of the lag.
Prepare.
I see why you had to do it the way you did it.
Ah, I see. It goes around.
Yes.
ooh, this is fancy.
There's a pin that we can't
I want to
access
press the
yet.
Hooray.
Let me hit the pin.
Okay, let me. Okay, now you should be
There
able
we
to
go.
access it.
Yeah.
Yep. It is dark.
It is very dark.
Yes.
Well, that's because I
Ah,
don't
that's
have you
better.
guys.
Because we are not there.
That's okay.
But now we are.
Now we are here.
Maybe.
Am I gonna have to redo the torch?
Nope, you should. Whoop, I did not want to stack you on top of each other.
If it's in combat mode, it should be already there.
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah, you should already have that
Yep.
because it's in the combat tracker.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yep, we're here.
We have our
Okay.
torches.
Free move. There
Oh,
we
hold
go.
on, I gotta unlock the token movement. There you go.
Whoa, there's a lot of weird lighting geometry here.
Yeah, the lights are like if you put a wall, it just cuts. It doesn't go around the wall; it just stops the light.
So it's not like
So it's,
Ray
you know,
tracing, non-existent in this game.
yeah, it's just
Right.
limitations. So if you were to go backwards, you go back down the stairs. So just a point of reference.
Oh, okay.
Is this another stairs upward?
That is another staircase going upwards.
Lovely.
Interesting.
Did this house look as big outside as it is on the inside?
Yes, it is a manor
Okay.
house. It is a very
Okay.
large house.
This is not the TARDIS.
No, I was again. I don't trust a single.
I would like to look at these statues.
Hold on,
Are
you
they-
guys are really tiny again.
You're so
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I see what.
I am so much
wow,
bigger
yeah.
than people just by like a hair. Thank you.
Yep, there we go.
Oh,
Yep, yep.
Oh no.
I'm very large.
That's better.
Zophie's a little small.
Yeah, it's just fine.
There we
It
go.
Sophie's still small anyway.
Well, I mean, no,
I think
I'm
I'm, like,
back to my normal
average.
shape. I reshaped myself.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, average.
This stone statue here, does it look interesting in any way?
So here what I have here. Oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait of the family. Gustav and Elizabeth with their two smiling children, Rose and Thorn. Cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, which the mother regards with a hint of scorn. Standing suits of armor flank the wooden doors in the east and west halls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youths. Red marble staircase, started on the first floor, continues its upward spiral. A cold draft can be felt coming down from the steps.
You said that they're holding spheres?
Spears.
Spears, okay.
Like spears ready to go, like in the
Gotcha.
right in front of them. And the helmets look like wolves' heads.
Interesting.
It does not appear that you have modeled these with the doors or walls.
Oh, I forgot to put that door. That singular door, I forgot.
Yeah, I see into the room to the north and
Yep.
just
I
to
do
the
too.
east of that.
Yep.
That's weird. That shouldn't be.
I can see like.
Okay, we can't see in there, guys. Got it?
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Moving
Yes.
on.
Can't see.
I'm
Don't
in
know
the
what you're
main
talking
room right
about.
now. I've zoomed
Yes.
in more.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Odd.
Does the baby look normal in the picture frame?
Yeah, baby looks normal.
Oh.
There.
Oh, whoa.
Much better.
Yes.
I had a setting wrong.
Yes, okay. Yeah, it's just the one door. Okay.
Yeah, I just forgot to model the one door. I was like, I only forgot the one door. Why can you see everything? I forgot to turn on line of sight.
That'll do it. Alright, well,
He's a little smaller than all of us.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm just
I'm a
skinny.
little bigger.
Don't judge me.
I still feel thick.
It's because you take up your entire portrait card as the rest
No,
of the
I feel thick.
I'm
Congratulations.
I mean, I cover you. Congratulations.
God.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways.
Mikhail.
hello. Right.
Oh God.
Do you want to go this way or that way?
Let's go down to the definitely not already
Let us
open
go
room.
down.
Yes,
Yeah,
alright.
Down to
let's-
the
We walk in.
open.
It's a room that we did not see.
Nope, I have no idea what.
I mean,
this
it's not a
is.
huge deal to model a door.
It's fine.
So as you walk in, gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord with a bench rests in the northwest corner near the fireplace. Or, excuse me, in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece.
And this piano, does it seem out of place in
Oh.
any way?
That's the harpsichord.
Oh,
It's
that's
just a piano because
harpsichord.
there's no harpsichord. I'm assuming. Like,
It's pretty close
Karn
to
doesn't have a
how
harpsichord, so
harpsichord
it's a piano.
looks. It's close enough.
Okay.
It's the closest you can do in Incarnate, I imagine. Again, I didn't. This was all done by the same person, so I didn't have a lot of control over these. What was and was not on these maps.
Gotcha.
Is it
Well,
dusty?
No, it looks perfectly clean. Looks like somebody lives here.
I
Well,
have
go
no
and-
musical
Somebody
talent,
takes care
but
of
I'd
this.
like to hit a random key and just hear it.
You hit a random key and it sounds in tune.
I would do the same with the harp.
You pluck a harp string and harp string, blah, 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 and it is in tune.
I don't know, but this is just a nice room, I think.
It is. Everything
We
here
can-
is just so odd.
It is very nice to have children.
Yes,
I
for
don't, I do not have children, but
for a house that was, attacked by a monster, I expected things to be a bit more disheveled and not so nice.
well, we still have to find the basement.
Yes, and we're
I'm-
only getting farther.
I'm starting to believe there's not a basement.
I don't know.
Maybe an attic then.
Then why would they say basement? Those are sort of
I
opposites.
do not know. Maybe they're stupid.
That's true, they could be stupid.
With wealthy families like this,
Ah,
I suppose it's not out of the possibility. But
okay, the other door. We will open the top door now.
Mhm.
What is in this room?
All right. As you enter this room, red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-backed chair face the entrance, and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to easily reach the high shelves.
Are the books like normal titles? Are they like what would some of the titles of the books on the walls be?
Um, as you go and look at the various books, they look most of them look relatively normal. Roll me a investigation.
Ooh. That is a skill that I do not have very much in.
Hey.
Hey,
good
Hey.
roll
there.
though.
The bookshelves hold hundreds of tomes covering a range of topics including history, warfare, and alchemy. There are also several shelves containing first edition collected works of poetry and fiction.
Seems
What
nice.
about this desk?
Going on back
The
here.
Looking at the desk?
mahogany.
Yes.
The desk has several items resting atop it: an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinder box, a letter kit containing a red wax candle, 4 blank sheets of parchment, and a wooden seal bearing the Dursk's family insignia, which is the windmill. The desk drawer is empty except for an iron key.
I would
On
like to
top,
take the key.
there is also a picture sitting on the desk of a dog.
Of a
It's a normal
dog.
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 Is it like a Rottweiler or Chihuahua
Or
or
like a wolfhound,
Wolfhound or
It looks
a
it looks to
husky,
be of a wolfhound.
a corgi.
The pose is very regal. It's a very regal pose, and the painting goes to great lengths, um, detailing the luster of the dog's fur. It's like a painting. It's not a picture. It's a painting, technically.
okay. What color is the dog?
It is gray.
Okay.
It's a dark gray, and at the bottom of the painting is written the name Sophraxis.
How do you spell that?
Sophraxis.
Thank you. Found a key.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
good.
We can get into that drawer probably.
Maybe it goes to more than one door. Who knows?
That's also true.
I believe I found a door back here.
Oh, is there a door back there?
Yes. Oh. Is there a door, DM? I
With Dee's check earlier, she would have been able to see that.
okay. Well,
Apparently there's a door back there.
yeah. Wasn't me.
There's a door back there, yes.
Yep. A secret. So we can go ahead and bloop. A secret door behind one bookshelf can be unlocked and swung open by pulling a red-covered book.
Hold on. Good job finding that, Durlista.
Thank you.
I set up a little
Very
bit.
It's gonna be a learning process for all of us. It's okay.
That's normal, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely
Secret bookshelves?
normal.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
very normal in this kind of houses.
Yes. You mean you don't have one in your house?
No, I
I don't have a
can't
house
say
like
that
this.
we did.
Well then. And I'll take
Yes,
the
so
first step in. And okay.
All right. The bookshelves of this room contain books that deal mainly with the subject of eternal life and rituals to steal the life force of others through means of bloodletting, magical spells, and cannibalism.
Oh, fun.
In the room,
Ah, there it is.
Uh-oh.
This took a turn.
There's the
In the
cannibalism.
room.
There it is.
in the
Yeah.
room lies a skeleton
Uh-oh.
clutching a note.
Uh-oh.
What does the note
I'll scoot
say?
up here.
God's willing, this
Can we
is
read
a
the
stupid idea. I'll go pick up the note.
I have my axe out.
All right. You pick up the note, and I will go ahead and add this to your character sheet because it's an
Ooh.
actual thing.
Oh.
Fancy.
It is the letter in your character sheet.
Inventory?
Yep, in your inventory.
Letter.
That's where things go, the inventory. Yes.
There
I
it
can go
is.
ahead and read it, and then you can have that for future reference.
Okay.
The letter reads, "My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in the earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich."
Well, that's rather ominous and dark. Just my kind of man.
Hmm.
What's behind him?
That is a chest. You can certainly
Be a
open.
mimic. Don't be
Well
a
then, I would
mimic.
like to open it.
Don't be a
Don't
mimic.
be a mimic.
Don't be a
If
mimic.
it's a mimic,
Inside.
it's a fleshy
That-
tongue.
That would be funny, but no.
Oh my god.
The chest contains
Okay.
3 blank books with black leather covers,
God, I don't like that.
3 spell scrolls, the deed to the house, the deed to a windmill, and a signed will. I will transfer these over to you.
Oh boy.
And where did that go? You have. Why can I not change that? Oh, there we go. Now it changed. These will show up as. Whoops. Did I just give that to? I'm gonna check on yours, make sure I didn't just give that to you by accident. No, I
It's
did not.
not
Okay, it
in
didn't
my
work.
inventory.
Okay. And there you go. Will and deeds. The will is signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst and bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' deaths.
No mention of the bastard?
Nope.
Not a great sign.
Why is that not a
That's-
good sign? Is it not normal for parents to write wills to their kin?
And
Well, between
exclude a third son?
Between the letter and then the
Oh,
picture, the painting
right.
on the wall. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, does it look like those kids' names are on the will at all?
Yeah, Rosalda and Thornbolt
But
are both
not
in the will.
some
And no
other
mention of a
baby
bastard third child. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we believe is not legitimate.
I mean, it appears his father had an affair.
Hence, bastard.
Bastard. I'm being
I would assume.
extraordinarily literal with the use of the
Yeah.
word bastard.
Literally
Not
a
just a word,
bastard.
a literal
Not just a-
thing.
Yeah, like the actual definition.
I'm not trying to be rude to the child.
Literally
It's
a
just
bastard.
literally
Yeah.
a bastard.
Oh, so who do we think this skeleton was then?
I don't know.
Well, we can think about it when we walk around the rest of the house.
I mean, it appears it was addressed to the father, right? The letter. You know, you went running around out of your marriage. You were doing dark deeds at your house.
I mean, my
Something,
assumption is that
something.
that is him.
Yes, I
Right.
believe that is to him.
Which would for sure confirm those kids were either lying
So-
or insane.
One
or
thing to
something.
note, I should have explained that the skeleton has like armor on it.
Okay.
It looks like
That's also
It looks
weird.
like it's not like it doesn't look. It looks like it's probably an adventurer of some kind.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's not noble clothes.
No.
Interesting.
It looks like it died of some potential thing that did not happen.
Okay. Well, I don't like that either.
That did not happen?
That did not happen. What?
I mean,
Okay.
you can look, do a little bit more looking in the room
Insight
if you want
check
to
on
find
the
out.
DM.
Um,
You can
Right,
insight me all
right.
you want.
Let me
Yeah.
investigate
You
the
can do a.
room.
I would
You
like to
can do a
investigate the skeleton.
Do I
Yes.
see a cause of
Okay.
death in the room? Is there like a trap in here we missed, or a spell?
Roll
or
me a
something?
perception check.
Perception.
I'm going to look at the skeleton specifically.
I mean,
If you want to look at the
Uh,
skeleton, roll me investigation.
I
Okay.
received it. Sorry. Okay.
I want to investigate.
I can investigate that.
Let me find my perception. Actually, my perception's better.
I did not see
Never
much when I
mind.
perceived, so I'll just leave it at that. That's fine.
Fuck, it was a 19, but it was off the board.
Which you got? You got investigation. So
Hey.
Cool. Oh boy.
Yo, what's
Hey.
up? What's in this room?
all right. In
What
this
killed
room,
this dude?
you look around, and in the wall behind the chest, you see 3 small holes.
Oh fuck.
And and you look at the body, as you're
Mhm.
doing that, Drosta's looking at the body, and you see
I did not
3
see much.
small holes in the armor.
Okay.
And as you move around the body, 3 darts fall to the ground from inside the skeleton.
Huh.
Looks like there was a trap that has already been set off.
All right. Well, that's good for us. Bad for this guy.
Let
Does
us
he have
fortunate
any
that
equipment?
He died first, yes.
Yes.
I mean, he has armor with holes in it, but like, does he have
It's
anything
just
else?
he has just basic leather armor that now has holes in it.
Oh, ill prepared.
if
Not helpful.
if you don't mind, I'll
No.
take the darts.
Oh, do it.
Sure.
The darts?
Yeah,
Go
they're
ahead.
perfectly
Why not?
usable darts.
I'll float them over to myself and toss them in my pouch. 'Cause I
Certainly.
use darts.
Right.
I'd like to look at these elegant scrolls that I have.
You said it's 3 of them?
It is 3 darts, and put down that they are coated with something.
Oh.
I was going to ask you to check that they are not poisoned because some
well,
darts seem.
I'm resistant. Let me take a closer
Like, just be
inspection
careful,
on
I
them
guess is
with
all
a
I'm saying.
Okay, roll me a nature check.
Cool. Not bad.
Not
They're
terrible.
not bad. They are coated in a poison. They are 3 poison darts.
Okay, can I tell?
I will get you the exact
Okay.
That'd be useful.
thing for them later.
All right, I will
but
just
yeah,
add.
Just note 3 poison darts.
Yep.
Are we done here? Can we keep going on?
I think perhaps we should leave.
I'd still like to look at these elegant scrolls. Is there
yes.
anything special about them?
They are spell scrolls. You just have to
Find out
have
what
to
kind.
find out what kind of spells they are.
Is there any check for that?
That would be hmm.
Arcana.
It would be
Yeah,
an Arcana.
that would be an Arcana check.
Well, this probably isn't going to go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a +1. That's not terrible.
Eh.
Not bad.
Me and my sister cousin, me and Zila can take a look. We're both pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're
Yeah,
of
so
no
am
use
I
to me.
actually. I can look
Please.
at them with Arcana as well.
I'll hand Zyla and Zofia one each.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, which one is being handed which?
It does matter.
Oh,
It does because they're different spells though, so it depends on which one. If one of them
Okay.
passes and one of them doesn't, I need to know which spell goes to which person.
Oh lord, I accidentally duplicated one of them. The duplicated one can go to Zyla, and the other one can go to Zofia.
It's Zila, but thank you.
Zila.
And Zophie.
Well,
Zila and
It's also
Sophie.
Sophie.
Zophie.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to remember.
Okay, so the elegant scroll is going to.
We don't know what they are yet.
No, it just says elegance. No,
Oh.
I'm making sure I
Okay.
know so I can bring it up so I can
Mm-hmm.
undo them.
Got it.
I'm
Elegant
holding
scroll
on
one
my roll.
and
I'm
elegant
holding
scroll
on my
two.
roll until you tell me go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am locked and loaded, man. This is my first roll of this game.
Oh gosh.
Okay, where's the others? I gave you three scrolls, didn't I?
No, you gave me two. I accidentally duplicated one. I'm not sure how.
Well, there was supposed to be 3 scrolls, right? So
There's supposed to be 3.
Oh, are there?
That's
There were
that
only
one.
two for the moment.
there was 3
Okay,
books and 3
I'll-
scrolls.
Oh, there was. Oh, hold on. I know what happened here. Hold on.
2 books, 3 scrolls. Okay.
Yeah, hold
I
on.
had
I got.
3 books.
Let's see. Which one is this one? That's that one. So. Okay,
Well,
so there
I'll-
should be
I'll-
2 elegant scrolls. Just they're 2 different ones.
Ah.
Okay. So you're handing one the fine scroll and one the elegant scroll.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me your checks.
Go ahead, Zila.
Arcana checks, please.
Nice.
24.
Ayo.
Oh
Holy
my.
cow.
Hey,
22.
yeah.
22.
Impressive.
Alright.
Look at us go.
That is
Heh.
impressive.
High five.
Hey.
So, the fine scroll, you realize, is a scroll of bless.
Sick.
Ooh.
Bless.
That is a good spell.
Hashtag.
Hashtag bless.
The spells. Excuse me. If this is on your spell list, you can read the spell and cast it without providing any material components. Otherwise, it is unintelligible.
Do you know Bless?
What? If you know the spell bless, you are able to cast it. Otherwise, you cannot. And then the other one is Scroll of Protection from Poison.
Which just appeared in my inventory.
That's
Yeah,
ironic.
because there's a fun little thing I can click.
It's very
Yeah,
ironic.
right? Right? He got killed by a
Yeah.
poison trap and had a Scroll of Protection from Poison inside the thing he was trying to get to.
That's ironic.
This
Yeah,
is...
so those.
Very
So you
ironic.
now know 2 of the 3 scrolls.
Oh, there was a third. I'll hand the
There was
last
a third
one
scroll.
to Mikhail.
Okay. Okay.
Bless is not on my spell list.
I cannot cast spells. Not really.
Question, DM.
Yes.
I thought if the spell wasn't on your list, you had to make a check to be able to cast it. Is that not the case?
Not with these 3 spells.
Not with these 3. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
These are specific. These specifically state if the spell is on your class's list, you can read the scroll and cast the spell without providing any visual bonus. Otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible.
all right. Well,
These 3 specifically state it. So
I can't use either
Normally,
of those
yes, you'd be
2.
So
Nope.
wait, so were there 2 protection and poison ones then?
and if we need to work around things, we can work around things. I'm just going what the thing says, you know. No, there's 1 protection. There's a 3rd scroll that's not been identified yet.
Okay.
Okay, the third scroll's
And
different.
with that one, I'll hand that one to Zyla.
Zila.
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 This is like the claim climb all over again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh shit!
oh my gosh.
She knows her arcana, man.
Amazing.
Incredible
This
rolls.
is a
Amazing.
scroll of spiritual weapon.
Ooh, really?
Cool.
All right. Raise your hand if you can't use any of these scrolls.
That is not in my spell list.
Let me
Looks
look up
like-
my disciplines real quick. 1 second.
We can do some
That is
workarounds if we
not
need to.
part of
I'm
what
not
I can
opposed
do.
to doing workarounds. I'm just saying this is what these scrolls specifically state
Yeah.
that they're
No
not
clerics
intelligible.
here.
No, like I have
No.
some cleric spells, but
She
not
has
those
cleric
spells.
spells.
But
Yeah.
not all of the cleric spells.
It's great. I love these scrolls. Just the party can't use them, and I think it's
I know.
hilarious.
Get me
Let's
to level
come
4. Just let me
Well, if
get
it's
to
on your
level 4.
list, you don't have to be able to cast it now.
I need.
Yeah, if it's just available to you at all, you are able to use the spell scroll.
Hold on.
Not.
Whether you can cast it now or not.
Alas, it is
Well,
not
there's
available
always
to
the
me.
option of selling them for good
Well,
coin
actually, I
later.
can buy this virtual.
Yeah, no, I do not have them on any of the spell lists that could be
What is
potentially
virtual
mine.
ammo?
I will
God love a
never.
party with no clerics.
Yeah.
With very
it's not
few
my
spell
level.
casting in general.
Alright.
Yeah,
Just get to
psionics.
level 4.
You got a
That is
couple
all I am
psionics.
asking.
You got someone who
I
can
can
potentially
cast
do.
spells, just not those spells.
All right, but there you go. You have those. Do with them as you wish.
Alright.
We can,
Okay,
if
then.
we need to workshop them, we can workshop them later. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just going by
Well,
what the spells.
If
say.
nothing else, we can just sell them.
And if nothing else, yeah, if nothing
Yeah.
else, you can sell them.
Correct.
Be
Yes.
worth good
You're not
money, huh?
the only people in this world who can do things.
I
Mhm.
hand back the scrolls,
Hmm.
kind of floating them towards him.
Yeah, I'll just float it back over after being like, yeah, so this is what this one is.
Ah, thank you. I
And yeah, this one and this one.
will hold on to them.
Zila, thank you for not stealing
Hmm.
them.
I don't have a good enough sleight of hand for that yet.
All right.
Move. All right, there we go. It's really struggling right now. I don't know what's going on.
It's really having some issues tonight.
Come
Alright,
on,
yeah.
fantasy friends,
Um,
you can do it.
we're probably gonna go. I guess you said this continues upstairs.
It does.
And there was a draft coming from there, right? Yeah.
And there is a cold draft coming from upstairs.
Okay,
Well-
at this point,
that's
I'd
good.
like to warn everyone I might have to suddenly quit. My grandmother is in town and she uses this room to sleep. So
Oh,
Oh,
if she gets too tired, yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Anywho, carry on.
We're near
Up
the.
the stairs.
We're near the stopping point that was discussed earlier, anyways.
I mean, yeah, we
Mhm.
said when, right?
You had said midnight, yeah, our time.
Yeah.
And we're going to a new floor, so it's not a terrible
It would be an okay stopping point.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that I
if you
want
guys
to stop, just.
I don't want to stop.
Me either.
It's up to you guys.
Say, how about because Joey might have to drop at literally any time. How about we
Mhm.
go until combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a
Combat. Yeah.
combat, but I always assume there's combat.
There is danger around every single corner.
Yes.
Danger afoot.
Feet are dangerous.
Oh, 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 oh.
I don't
Sorry.
have things set yet.
I don't. Sorry, I didn't mean.
There you go.
Now we're small. Why did you shrink us?
This is fine. We're okay. Okay.
This is.
Yeah, the
This is
size
fine.
is fine.
Okay.
Because the scale on this particular map for some reason is different than the scale on the other one.
Hmm.
The other 2 floors, even though they're all the same map pack, the scale on this one is wrong. I don't know why.
All right.
And it's
So
not because of my
what is-
grid, it's because of the grid that they built into it, so I can't do anything about it.
There.
What is in this area?
Is there a fancy description of this landing?
Mhm.
Alright. Let's see. Characters who climb the red marble staircase to its full height come to a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall draped in cobwebs. Oil lamps are mounted on the oak-paneled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters.
Is this black dot supposed to be a black knight?
Supposed to be.
Okay.
It's not there. Supposed to be.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Oh wow.
fine.
Got it.
Okay.
We use our imagination here. Got it.
Is there a door
Bless you.
below here? Or is it a window?
Yes, there is a door there.
Can I open the door? Excellent.
Certainly can.
I'm going in the door.
Okay.
I don't like that.
That looks bad. Or comfy. One of the two.
That looks like the fur from the dog.
Dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom and an adjoining nursery. Double doors set with panes of stained glass are on the western wall. Or northern wall, excuse me. I can't. The directions are weird in this place. The bedroom contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved to look like ivy and berries.
That,
Anything of interest in this room? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go search like the bedside tables.
is that like, gray and like a nice
Yeah,
It's
so
like
like
it's like a fur blanket.
like
okay,
dog
it
like
looked
dog
like spider
size.
webs.
Oh. I'm thinking, is that like
No,
a
it's like
dog
it's like the
sized
wolves.
pelt?
It matches the it matches with the pelts of the wolves downstairs. It's like a wolf blanket.
Okay.
Wolf skin.
Wolf,
Okay.
not
Okay, that's fine.
not
Just
dog.
cozy.
I'm searching the bedside tables.
I want to go to the left, up by the door there.
Is there a door up here?
There is a door
An
there.
adjoining nursery.
I will
Yes.
be searching.
I don't
This.
see the prompt for
I
Hold on.
will
oh,
wait
it's
Things
here.
until the
are-
door opens.
Yeah, I shall wait here.
Excuse me.
I opened the door. I
As
got
you
some
open.
patience.
Okay, hold on. Yep. So you open the door, and there is a balcony.
It's just
I'd
cold
like-
out there. I do not want to go outside.
I'd like to step outside and look over and see if I can see those 2 little brats standing there.
You would see them standing by the cart where you left them.
There ain't no basement in here. What are you talking about?
They don't respond.
What the hell?
Did they not answer
Yes.
you?
No. I don't know if they can't hear me or if they just choose not to respond.
That is concerning
Hard to
regardless.
say.
What's in the dresser?
As you search the dresser, you find clothing.
Is it like fine clothing?
It is. It's decently fine. It looks a little bit like it looks. It looks like common clothing, but a little bit nicer.
Okay.
And as you come back inside, that was not supposed to be a thing that I just did. As you shut the door, it's almost right in front of your eyes. The condition that everything is in slowly shifts. It begins to look more decrepit, more worn.
For myself?
Cobwebs, no, for everybody.
Oh,
As soon as you
okay,
walk
okay.
back inside, the house, like the walls, seem to become more worn. The wood is darkened and cracking. The bricks have the brick walls that line the outside of the building have cracks, and the mortar between them is dry and crusty. You start to feel cold breeze blow through some of the gaps between the bricks. The bed is disheveled. The sheets are moth-eaten. Cobwebs and dust are covering all the furniture that you can see.
Every second we stay here, I like this place less and less.
I am starting to
I
agree
have
with
to
you more and
agree.
more.
Yeah.
If there's nothing to see in this room, let us move on.
I saw a doorway beyond the balcony.
Doorway.
Yes. Well, open these doors again and
As you
step
look
out
outside,
here for a second.
before you can even step out there, you see the balcony is just crumbling. The floor, the wood is cracked and broken.
Maybe don't go out
Boards
there
have
again.
popped up. It looks unsafe to walk on.
This
Where you were just walking no more than 5 minutes ago.
What? I was just there, and everything was fine.
Is the house continuing to decay around us more and more?
Nope, it stopped once what I've described as is where it stopped. It just looks decrepit and old.
Well, it looks like there's a door leading to about the same area up here anyway.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and open it if I can.
I'm just going to go walk around really quick. There we go. Okay.
It's all good. We'll stop stepping on each other.
You can open it, and as you do,
Hmm.
behind you, you hear a noise. As a spectral. Whoop the frick! Get back on there. Show back up.
Okay.
As a spectral maid.
Whoa. He was back one more space.
Yeah.
Fine.
Stay away.
As a spectral maid appears before you. Don't go into that room.
Okay.
Why not?
Noted. Okay. Apologies.
The baby is sleeping.
The baby.
Good.
I'd like to look over my shoulder. Do I see a baby in the crib?
You see something in the crib. You see a form.
Shut the door.
That is a lot of nope.
Yes.
And she disappears.
So,
all right.
Was that the supposed monster?
I,
I
I don't think so.
there might not have been a monster at this point, but that is bad.
Right.
I mean, I guess
Well,
a ghost is a monster.
I'd rather leave that for last if that's our only option. Let's get out of here.
well,
And I will.
hold on. That's it's kind of what we're here for, is to deal with this. So,
We think that is what we're just supposed to deal with?
That is the
have
monster.
have
the-
you
the
seen
baby
anything
thing in the crib.
else?
I mean, no, but it's just a ghost.
Is there anywhere else to go up here that is not into that nursery?
There seemed to be a hallway back where we came to the north.
We can try that one first and see if anything is in there.
I
Sure.
agree.
Okay.
And I'll start walking towards the store and out again.
All right.
Power walk over this way. Okay.
Do.
have 2 doors here.
Half a second from combat.
Combat.
Both of the psionic people are like, no,
As
back
you-
demon, back.
As you walk through the balcony and walk past the suit of armor, you see it has turned to look where you were at.
No.
Creepy.
Another one. Right.
I don't think it would have been
All right,
one enemy.
where are we going?
The top door.
Door down.
That first
Top door?
Mm.
Yes.
The double doors, excuse me. The double doors to this room have dusty panes of stained glass set into them. Designs in the glass resemble windmills. The dusty, cob-filled master bedroom has burgundy drapes covering the windows. Furnishings are a four-poster bed with embroidered curtains and tattered gossamer veils, a matching pail of empty wardrobes, a vanity with a wood-framed mirror, and a jewelry box. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst hanging above it. A web-filled the door facing the bed in the front has a full-length mirror mounted on it. Is anybody going to
Okay.
walk inside the room?
Well, now that you've
Ladies
asked.
first.
You said it like that.
Mhm.
As you
I'm
walk,
going
as
into
you
the
walk,
room.
yep. As you walk in and you turn toward the right, you see a body hanging from the ceiling.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
A makeshift noose made from a bedsheet is fastened around their neck.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Is the body recognizable as any of the people in the portrait or anything like that?
It looks to be a very decrepit form of Gustav.
Okay. It's Gustav.
Just remembering back to the children, do they look exactly the same as they were in the painting?
I have a feeling that those children are ghosts.
Yes. The
I
children
think
look
I agree
identical
with you.
as
I-
they do in the rest of the paintings.
I don't think
Wonderful.
those children are alive.
That is likely at this point. If the
I mean,
father is
given everything
dead,
else in this house is fucking dead.
everything is very dead in this house.
Yes.
I wanna go.
Well,
you-
okay, but then they're suffering and they need to be put to rest. It's important to help them.
Besides, the front door
Important
is
to
locked,
help the
remember?
dead.
Yes, the
But
front
they're
door
ghosts and
is
they're stuck
locked,
here.
but
Well,
we could scale down the side of the house.
We can.
You really think so?
Well, we can.
Helpful for me.
Is it at all possible for you to form some sort of cushiony pillow for us to jump on?
No, that's not how our
That would
bodies
be
work.
painful.
That would hurt.
Okay. Yes.
Well, it
Can I
was
use you
personal
as a
to
pillow
jump
and jump
3
on
stories
you?
down.
I mean, it would
Well,
break your
I
fall.
can't. I can't fit into a keyhole, so
Like I am pretty limber, but not that limber.
All right.
is there anything special going on with this mirror?
Nope, it's just a mirror.
Okay. Well, there is one more room left. Let us go to the other room.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2. Just kidding. There's one over here.
Oh,
Wait,
there is one in
where?
there. All
This
right.
is a
Yeah.
closet.
Oh.
It's a closet.
Just a closet.
It's a closet.
A
Okay.
dusty, cob-filled closet.
Anyway,
There is a
other
There's
one.
door
Also,
there.
a door. There is a door here. I'm gonna just open this door real quick.
Open the door.
Leads out to a broken balcony, much like the other one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm closing this door. Right. And what do we have out here?
I open it.
Bathroom.
A bathroom?
This dark room
Bathroom.
contains a wooden tub with clawed feet and a small iron stove with a kettle resting atop it, with a barrel under a spigot in the east wall. A cistern on the roof is used to collect rainwater, which is borne down through a pipe to the spigot. However, it no longer functions.
Hey.
And as you
And
walk back to the balcony, the suit of armor has moved positions once again to look in your directions.
And it's just
Okay.
looking in our direction. It's still in
looking.
the same place.
Still in the same spot.
Right. I
Hmm.
hesitate to do anything with it, but I feel like we can't just let it stay here any longer.
No, that's definitely not normal is the word I'm looking for.
Yes, I'm going to give it a little bit of a berth as I walk around it.
Question.
A
Question.
wide berth.
Question as we're moving around before we get to the other room.
Hmm.
These things that are hanging here.
Yeah.
About
They
how crappy are they?
They're in very disarray. Very disarray.
So
Like they're very.
a few pounds of force could easily rip it off.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use my telekinesis to rip one of those off the wall and slam it into the body of armor. With my telekinesis.
Okay.
Do you need an attack roll?
Yes, I do.
Do you want damage?
Yes, I do.
And you can determine the damage type. I would think this would be
It would be
bludgeoning.
bludgeoning.
Oh, I'm not targeting anything, so that didn't go.
Should still roll damage.
Okay, there we go.
5. And as you do so,
Ah, shit.
There it is.
You provoked it.
That suits
roll
armor.
initiative.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't like how that thing is.
Why would you hit it if it's looking at us?
You provoked it. Look
Because
what
it's
you've done.
looking at
What
us.
you did now.
It's looking at it. I mean, I was gonna try and move it and like push it over the balcony, so like.
I don't think
It's just
that
a
would have went
faster
well
way.
either.
Yeah, probably not.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled
Where-
a 12.
Where is initiative? There it is. That didn't
On
even
the
land in
main
there.
page of your character sheet.
Yup.
Why? I don't want to go first.
Too bad. You're going first.
The pedal
This is so
is good
strange.
initiative.
Right.
This is so strange.
Look, that's the thing though. It's like a +2, +3, but I just rolled like shit. Like...
All right, cool. So I'm going first, huh?
Yep, you are first.
Excellent. So I'm going to spend my action. I'm so sorry. Give me a second to think. Do I want to attack?
Question for DM: do you have a change of
Yes.
music?
Not currently queued up. I did not expect actually to have this combat, so I was not
Oh,
prepared with music questions.
Lord.
Oh, it was
You just
optional.
happen to be special and
That's
hit
fair,
this
that's fair.
actual statue, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, to provoke.
This is
Could have
not a
left the
combat
player staring
that
at us,
was
but here we are.
going to happen.
It is
Look,
what it is.
Until you smacked him
Zophie-
upside the head.
Zophie thought we were going back to take care of the ghost, and was thinking that, well, if we attack the ghost, this weird thing is going to come to life and attack us. So let's take care of
It's
it
also
first.
possible. I mean,
It's not
Hopefully
a
the ghost
terrible.
doesn't burst through that door to
That's
start
the
hurting
logic
people.
leap.
one monster at a time.
Mm,
Okay, I guess I will attack. So for telekinetic force, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay.
So I guess I target, and then
It should work automatically.
do I just? How do I do this?
Hold on. Which let me bring up your.
Telekinetic force.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up your sheet so I can see how we have it worked in there. Yeah, hit save.
Hit save. Aha!
I succeed.
Oh, it just barely succeeded. So it takes absolutely no damage now. Right?
Oh.
Sweet. I do nothing this turn. Smile.
Nice.
1 second. I just want to see if there's anything I can do with my bonus, because this is fun times that we're having right now. Yep, nope. Okay, I'm done. That's my turn.
Okay.
Great.
I don't think I can do anything interesting to this guy. So I'm just going to step forward and fucking.
Nope. Aha.
Oh, there we go.
What are spells?
Is
What
that
do they do?
Count as 10? Am I not? Whatever.
It should be 10.
I don't know. I'm hitting it. And I'm failing at hitting it.
Hmm.
I slam my axe against the armor, and it dings and nothing happens. And I go, shit. And that is my turn. Because we are level 1.
Joey, pick a side.
pick a side? Sorry?
You keep leaning
You
back
keep
and
leaning.
Yeah.
frame.
Sorry.
Your camera's not following you today.
No.
Okay, well, I got complaints last time.
It wasn't complaints. It was more so like the camera kept on moving, and we're like, "Gosh, stop moving."
I mean, I'm fine with. I'd rather the camera follows you slightly, because then at least it'll follow you when you lean around.
I keep like thinking down slowly in my
It was
chair.
just
this
it was
next
just your
event, so,
consistent
yeah.
like you kept rocking back and forth, so the camera kept moving back and forth. That's what was distracting me last time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a
Yeah.
quick test.
All right, so it's my
Just a
turn.
quick- okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll rip off the other one and hit it with that.
Okay. Same roll.
Yep, because I can't do anything cool till I get a level.
Yeah.
Right.
First level struggles.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
I also do nothing. I rip it off and this one misses. That's my turn.
Alrighty.
Right. Much like the rest of you folks, I ain't got much. I'm a simple man. And I know one thing. The art of a hammer.
Bonk.
Target you. Apparently that's 10 feet away.
Yeah, he's a large creature, so it looks like it's aiming like it's 10 feet. It shouldn't be, but
Okay. Well, it's fine. Hey, we got a
Hit it.
hit.
Hey, look at you.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, I wish
roll
that
damage.
was rolled onto the actual chart.
Hey,
Alright.
that's good damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing this character is going to be useful for.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'll help back. I hope this thing doesn't hurt.
Alright, is that it?
Yeah.
Like, how tall is armor right now? Like, what's the height?
It is standing because this is a decorative suit of armor. It was not a standard one. It is standing at about 12 feet tall.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
It's a very large decorative suit. It was never. It's not. It looks very ornate. Like it is not designed to be worn. It is designed to
Like,
be shown
practically
off.
large for what people normally would
Yes.
have. Yeah.
It
Okay.
is 100% designed to show that I have money, and that's all it's designed for.
Paid for extra armor, extra tall armor. Perfect.
I see my
Okay.
next upgrade standing before me. I don't know about the rest of you.
It will move up here, and it'll take any attack opportunity it needs.
Okay, well, I will
So
take that
you
chance.
too?
I will
From
also
both of you, I
take-
think.
Hurrah!
Yep. I will take the chance to target. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll hit.
roll off the board.
Why?
It's
why
going for
is-
the person who started, which makes
I rolled
sense.
shittier.
But I'm here too.
Yeah,
I rolled
you
a
are.
15, but it's not showing that I. That's
Try
very
it again.
annoying.
Is it just stuck?
I
Yeah, I
rolled
mean,
good,
I
but it
should
went
be
off the board.
targeting. Okay, well, I rolled a 15 again.
There you go.
Whatever.
Okay. That's fine.
Hit it.
Okay, cool. Hit. Okay, come on. Can it stop going off of this table?
Minimum.
Another 5 points. It's
Okay.
getting.
Snake eye.
It's looking pretty rough now.
Yeah. The pair that rolled off of that little chart was a 4 and a 3, so that would've been nice.
Hey.
All right. It's not targeting you.
Oh?
Oh.
Nope. I need a strength check from Zila.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Strength check, you say.
Or saving throw, excuse me. Strength saving throw.
gonna say.
Yeah, thank you.
I meant saving throw, I don't mean check.
All right, let's see
'Cause,
how this goes.
oh!
Oh my god!
Haha.
You succeed.
Yay!
The pure adrenaline.
That's
What,
his
is
turn.
all that saved
What did it
you.
what did it try to do? What
Alright.
happened?
I don't want to know.
It reached to try to do something to her, but she just went and back up, and it was fine.
All right.
Well, alright.
It just completely missed.
Going to squeeze by over to this direction. Okay. And now I'm going to attack it.
Go ahead.
Alright. Let's see if I can do any kind of. This will be advantage. I hope this is right. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I got a 2 and a 4 for my rolls, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay. That is my turn.
Well, this, my friends, is why I have regular weapons. I'm waiting for it to be
It
my
says-
turn, though.
Oh, my
Oh,
bad.
sorry. Here you go. My bad. Okay.
All right, I know how to do this one. Wait, I should be doing this with advantage, but it still hits.
You
Should I?
should.
Make sure you don't
Yeah,
crit.
roll a second
so
time
Okay.
just in case you
extra
crit.
helpful.
Okay, I'll roll again just to see if it crits.
Oh,
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
so
So close.
Almost.
All right,
Roll
so
your damage.
all right. Hiya! Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah.
It's
Stab with the
it's starting to
dagger.
look pretty scuffed up, pretty dinged up.
I had time
Uh-huh.
to adjust.
And do I try? Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I will take that attack opportunity. I'm going over here. That should be within, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
not-
go here.
It does not attack.
Okay, I go here and I end my turn. No, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to go up and take her place. Get that good flank.
Hello.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to try to hit this guy. Please, God. Please, God.
That's awful.
Come
Okay.
on.
God.
These rolls, man.
Shit. Oh, fuck. Fine. Whatever. Sophie, kill it.
All right. So I have a mechanical question.
Yes.
Because the way the class talks about my attacks is that they are ranged melee attacks, in that they don't suffer the negative effects of like things being prone that range normally would.
Correct.
So does that mean I don't suffer disadvantage by being in its face and attacking? Because normally ranged attacks you need a feat. Otherwise you have disadvantage when attacking with the thing right in front of you. Like a bow.
For now, I'm gonna say no. We might revisit that later, but for now, I'll say no because it does specify it as a melee.
Yeah.
So I will. For now, I'll say no. We may revisit that if I look at more.
Okay.
I'll look into that more, but for now, I'll say no.
It's almost like a thrown weapon, but not quite.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird
Yeah.
area. I'll look into it more, but
And
for now, I will say no.
in that sense, I would say even though I'm flanking, I probably don't get advantage because
No, you do not because
yeah.
it's still a ranged attack
Okay.
regardless.
All right. Just wanted to establish that now. Okay. So one of the things I hit it with before, I'll pick up and smack it with again, hitting it with the environment. Target, and can we get a hit?
Oh.
Yay!
Hit it. Roll damage.
Can we get some decent damage?
Oh.
It's looking real rough.
It sure
Like,
is.
real rough. It's very
Okay.
dented. It's very dented. Having
Alright.
something bashed against it constantly is denting it up really bad.
That's my turn.
Okay.
All right. Well, don't mind if I take advantage of this opportunity. And I'm blanking. There it is. I couldn't find where my attacks were. Why does it keep rolling off of the page? That was a 7 anyway.
Much better.
Hey!
Yeah.
Advantage.
Did
You
it
You
count
didn't target
yet?
it, but
Oh yeah,
target it.
advantage. I need to target it. A 15 will hit. That's
But
what
it
I've been
could
rolling.
be okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
So the
yeah, the 20 will
Alright.
hit.
better.
And that should do some damage.
Hey.
As
Yay!
Yay.
as you hit it, it crumbles to dust.
To dust?
Okay.
To
The
dust.
dust.
Damn it, I was hoping I could make something out of that.
Mm.
Well,
Do you work with metal? Or are you like a
Make
smith or
things?
something?
No, but I would like to get anything better than this equipment.
Ah. We'll keep looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I just
Well,
had a realization real quick.
Yes.
So, oh wait, no, I rolled a 1. Okay, never mind. Continue, we're fine.
Okay.
okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, you were gonna
And
say
I'll,
something.
I
DM.
thought I
for-
rolled a 4, and it didn't do, and I thought it didn't do the +3, but it's fine. We're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 +3.
Yeah, that was my misread. Anyways, continue.
All right.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, What
I suppose.
are you doing now?
Yes. Let's see what we can do
Well,
about this mistress and her crying baby.
There's only one way left to go. It's back to
There's
the
only one thing left to do.
There's
Oh,
only-
boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Does one of
Are
the
we-
telekinetic folk
Well,
want
as
to-
you come in here, roll me a perception check.
Oh
Mm.
boy.
all of us?
Everybody.
Mm.
Perception.
Sure.
Oh my god.
That's good.
This is like the worst rolls I've ever had.
Hey, there we
Rolling like
go.
utter shit.
As you walk inside, you
shit.
notice that the mirror doesn't sit flush to the wall.
Oh,
Which mirror?
The
Mirror
on the wall.
on the wall over here. It looks like an extra piece of wood stuck on the wall. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and
I did
I'll.
specify there was a mirror when y'all walked in here.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You 100% did.
You
I'll
did.
use my teleconnect to pick it up and move it to the side.
And as you do so, you reveal a door.
All right, another door. Let's go that way.
Yeah, as soon as it's open.
Or
Hey, I can't believe I
is
didn't
this
notice
going up or
this
down?
before.
This goes up.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
There
there's.
is an attic. I told you.
you're right.
All right,
Well,
well, what do we have to lose?
Might as well. It's that or the baby demon.
I prefer it to the baby demon.
Agreed. It is much better than Baby Demon.
Oh Lord, I have control of Miguel.
Do not touch me.
I'm-
You are not Mikhail.
I have accidentally
You should
moved
have access
the-
to the thing now.
I'm on the map, but I don't see anything
I
yet.
saw arrows. That's all I meant so
I
far.
see a question mark.
I just see me.
Oh, I do see a question mark.
At
Yeah,
least you can see something.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Wait, there it is. Okay.
I don't load.
Found it.
Oh, the question mark has been replaced by. Okay, never mind.
Oh, I can't
You
move.
just has to go through the
forgot,
coding
sorry.
module, so it loads it.
I apologize.
Ah.
Oh, no, it's better now. Okay.
Oh, now I'm all over it. Nope, that's not what I need.
It's still a question mark for me.
I do have to say, out of
Oh, shit.
character and everything, I am really missing divine sense right now.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Like anything I can sense, like undead shit. Like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I am
Undead,
missing that
yeah.
Don't be
so
so- you have
much
to
right
be
now.
helpful.
If
We
only we
haven't
had a cleric.
Any
If only.
shit.
If
I
only we had a
already
paladin.
miss having. Already miss having what 3 different healers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice while it lasted.
Hey, nobody
Had-
took damage that
Everyone
fight.
had smite.
Yeah.
Everyone had
Fine.
smite.
It was
Yeah,
totally fine.
That armor was. Oh, that was fun. I'll have to talk about that
That's
after the
good.
session.
That's good. It's good time.
Yes,
it's fun.
I'm very
That's fun.
curious about
All
it.
right.
Oh yeah.
All right. So as you come up here, as you come up into the attic, this bare hall is chock full of dust and cobwebs covering everything in sight.
Let us explore. Let's go to somewhere. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys, hold on.
We
I need to
follow
enlarge
the
you guys.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
now
was
you
gonna
guys are
say, we
you guys
feel
are really tiny
tiny.
now because the other map
Oh, that's
size
better.
got
Okay.
messed up. So I had you guys really tiny.
Yeah, because the grids are a little bit bigger than we are. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very big. Okay.
Now we are.
See, I told you
actual
the other
normal
map for
size.
some reason its size got all screwed up. So
Uh-oh.
you guys were really tiny.
I see another
Zoom-
suit of armor.
Oh yes, this map is very large compared to the
Mhm.
last one. I'm gonna move
Yeah.
this way a little bit.
This
to
is the
cover
map.
more
This is the scale
ground.
it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It's
The Rosta's eyes narrow at the armor in front of her.
just the dust-covered suit of armor.
Is it though?
But
It is.
How would you know?
Well, I'm
there's
not
one
going
way
to
to
smack it
check.
with a candelabra this time, so I mean, we'll just leave it there.
There's another one over here.
I'm gonna
Is
go
this
grab
supposed
a
to be a fireplace?
Drink really quick.
There's some
It
more
is
of
a
them.
ruined fireplace.
Nice.
This floor up here looks significantly worse than the previous floors. This floor is
can no longer
very
see
destroyed.
Yes.
No, I wanted to see the corner.
Yes. And this is where we came up from.
And that is where you came up, yes.
Ah,
Ah, yeah, for real.
you come out of nowhere.
And can we tell that she's feline in nature, or? Yeah, we saw her tail, right?
She
You guys,
she
I
described
would
the
have
ears
was
and
specific
tail.
that I like pulled like my bandana off to
Yeah.
have like my ears show. Yeah, and now it's
Yeah,
my
and
hair's
she
looking
has
like.
feline
If you
eyes.
see like my character on the character sheet, it's got like a braid situation going. That's what's going on right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just that this is the nicest token for this scenario to use.
Yeah.
I had tokens for her
Gotcha.
other looks too, but I was like, it's
This is the nice hair token, and then there's like a business token. Yeah. So it's fine.
Very cool.
I wasn't
My
sure
feline
exactly
friend,
which
you
way she
scared
was going to
me.
be when I
I don't know
created.
either. No clue.
So I just stuck figuring, well, here's the one with her hair up is the picture, and the token is the
Yep.
one with her hair down.
This
So
is
that way
how
I'm
this is
covered.
how it was meant to be. It's good. So yes.
Mhm.
No, but like I travel with
Alright.
the bandana on. But yeah. Okay.
You guys are
Gotcha.
free to look around.
All right. I've seen a door and a hallway to the north. Shall we start there?
That seems a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
let us do
Let's
it.
do that.
Like this door over here or that door over there?
Like this one.
Oh, I did not notice there were more doors over here.
There's a door
There's
here.
a door over here. Yeah.
Let's
And a
start
door.
with the more open door. A little more comfort behind that. I'll go
Does
ahead and walk up there and.
does that door open?
Does it open? I opened it.
This door does open.
Okay. I shall step through, revealing some very nasty looking carpet. Oh, there's a dollhouse here. I am very uncomfortable. And a very destroyed bed. Oh, oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
And before you, you see Rose and Thorn. Standing over, or rather, floating over, the skeletons.
Hmm.
Hello, children.
Hello.
Is this your bodies?
Yes, this is.
You know,
Why
you
do
lied
bring
to
us into
us.
your
That
house?
wasn't very nice of you.
Side note, yes, that too.
We-
But why are we here?
I don't think that was them.
We did not lie to you.
Did your parents ever take care of that monster?
No, the monster is still in the basement. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know the way to the basement?
There is a secret door in the attic.
Yeah, Dick.
Well, that's where we are.
Where you are right now.
Could you show us?
Uh,
Are they like malicious right now? Are they like giving us bad vibes? Are they
no,
like
they're just
kids?
hovering over their dead bodies. It is important to note that the body of Thorn is still holding, well, a very decrepit stuffed doll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys like to leave?
Oh, we don't. We'll leave with you.
Maybe not with us. Maybe you could go somewhere nicer. Somewhere you could rest.
We can't leave here. Mommy and Daddy told us not to leave.
Well, maybe we could get their permission, huh?
I don't know where they are. They went to the basement.
It seems we have to
You-
find them there then and bring them back up to you.
Do you happen to know
Actually-
about? Continue.
No, they're looking to see if you guys are going to say anything more.
You go for it,
Oh.
Joy.
Okay. Do you happen to know about a adventurer who lost his life in the library?
No, we know nothing beyond what was in the house up here.
Right.
It's been a long time since we went anywhere else.
Right.
We've been
What
here
of a
for
baby?
very long time.
Sure.
You mean our brother?
Mm-hmm.
What about that one? Yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Does he have a nanny?
And a nursemaid. We all did.
You see?
What if your parents aren't around to give you permission anymore?
We can't go without them.
Okay.
I think they will be there. Jesus.
Seems we have to resolve the basement issue before they can go anywhere.
Okay. Well, where's this secret door?
The
Lead us to it.
dollhouse shows you where.
Dollhouse? Oh.
Is this dollhouse a model of your? Oh my gosh.
So, as you look at the dollhouse, you find a scale model of the entire house with the hidden rooms and hidden doors
Cool.
shown.
Okay.
Okay. So we find all the extra hidden doors in that house. We can go use them now. Yes. Maybe.
The only one so far you have not found is the stairwell,
Okay, perfect. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, bless you.
which you see the stairwell is at the end of the hallway that you were walking up toward. So just outside to the left down the hallway.
Alright, let's go there.
Just very quickly, I'm going to say to the kids, you stay here. You take care of each other, all right?
Please don't
And
leave us.
you'll be all right. We will go and
No,
get
they
your
left.
parents.
They left us already. We don't want. We don't
We will be right
want
back,
to be
okay?
left. Please
I
don't leave
promise.
us.
Before
I
we
promise
leave,
I will be right back.
I need a charisma saving throw from you, Chris.
Alright. Cool, cool.
What are you doing?
Charisma.
Trying to leave.
Charisma.
Back away
They're
slowly.
trying not to. Let me talk to them.
Fuck you.
You're fine.
What's happening?
Do I feel anything or just alright, great.
Everything is
Great.
fine,
I'm
don't
just
worry
gonna
about
Great,
walk
I
in
know
with
you are.
Alright.
Amazing.
Charisma saving throw.
God
Why would
damn
you-
it.
it. You don't know.
Charisma saving throw. Okay.
Hey!
I feel nothing
This
going
is
through.
not
It's
gonna
just a
go.
normal
We
doorway.
feel no sort of charms or suggestions as we walk away.
Well, before we leave, I'd like to ask you if there are remains of your parents. Would you want us to bring them back to you?
No, why would you do that?
Sorry.
Do you want to see your
Creepy man,
dead
what are you doing?
parents?
Right?
I think we all kind of giggled at
That's
that one.
No, it's
It's just
That was great. That was hilarious.
no, it's
I mean-
it's funny.
this
Pretty-
man ain't got no charisma, so like.
Oh, it
I don't think any of us
makes
do.
sense.
Point of clarification: is there a skeleton up here with them right now? Like, that's not just them.
There's
is it
no.
just
It's there are two skeletons.
Just
Okay, cool. Just making
one for each. Okay.
Well, and
Listen.
with that, I am going to try to exit without any knowledge of what's about to happen.
Charisma saving throw.
Ah, shit. Oh no. Whatever will I do? I knew it.
So, Joey,
Yes.
as you attempt to leave the room, Mikhail, you see
Yep.
Thorn disappears. Joey,
Thorn?
Oh.
you are now possessed by Thorn.
Oh.
You have complete control over yourself and 100% awareness,
Okay.
but you now have the flaw, I am scared of everything, including my own shadow, and weep with despair when things do not go my way.
Okay. I got this. So as I leave,
And you are aware you are possessed. It is not taking control of you. It is basically like you have two souls living inside of you at the moment.
well,
You
that
are
is very
100%
strange.
aware that Thorn is there. But you now
So
have that flaw that you are scared of everything.
as I
And you
step
will
outside,
cry when things don't go your way.
I'm going to immediately have this look of shock and terror. The torch drops to the ground, and you just hear me softly weeping. It's dark. It's so dark. I can't see. What? What the hell?
Yeah, as your torch falls to the ground, it goes out.
Of course it does.
And you just see me run,
Oh
sprinting,
my
Hey.
god.
and I am by your side.
Hey, Hobart, it's okay.
Those are
Where
skeletons.
did
They're
Thorn
dead.
go? Yes.
I think he
is
possessed me. Everything is so much more scary.
Okay.
Ah! The feline
It's
friend.
literally
Thorn,
just me.
Just,
I apologize.
it's
could
okay.
I know
Ross.
I am terrifying to look at.
It,
Okay.
you're not. It's not that you're terrifying. It's just that everything is. I don't like these
Just
No,
everything is
cobwebs.
terrifying.
it's just the eyes that glow and they're kind of menacing looking.
Ugh.
It's
I
fine. I
get
get it a lot. Um,
I'll
Rose,
be fine.
could you tell your brother to leave Hobart?
please.
I tell him, but he's not going to leave. He's too scared.
All right.
Well, that's awkward.
Would
This
you
is
feel
your
better if
fear.
you came with us?
I can come with you.
All right. Then let's go down together, huh?
Are you going to willingly let her possess?
Yes, I am.
Oh
All right.
my!
I'm.
So,
I'm
just like
trying to
him,
be nice to the
you
children.
you are aware that she is there.
All right.
You have all of your function. You function
Yep.
just the same as you always have. You have, however, the flaw. I
Mhm.
like being in charge and get angry when other people tell me what to do.
All right. Well, let's go to the basement, huh?
I don't want to go to the basement.
Come on. We gotta go to the basement.
We're going to go to the basement. Okay.
It's
I will
dark.
pick up the torch and relight it with my prestidigitation spell and give it back to Hobart.
Oh. Oh. Well, thank you so much.
Take your torch, Hobart. Let's go.
Effects. Torch. It's still scary.
I
I
was
want to
so
be
hoping that
near
was going
you
to happen.
guys.
All right. So you said it was
Fuck,
down
this
this
character is
down this
is
way.
Yeah, so
gone.
you're
It's
this way is your
Ah, okay.
way down.
Since we
is the way
saw
that
the
the
map.
yeah. Since you saw the map, I am pointing it out to you.
Please hurry.
Ah,
Come on, let's go.
the thing that we can see behind the.
The thing
Yes.
that we could see, I assume I can like
Yes.
go through the wall
Yes,
somehow.
you
Oh, look
can.
at
That
the door that
it's
opens.
a hidden door.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. I see the door. Aha! It is open. I go through it.
Yes.
I will.
The
I will lead the way down the stairs.
spiral staircase leads down into the cellar, which I will now.
How
Up.
practical is it to have a staircase from the attic all the way down to the cellar? What is this house
It
design?
does seem
I
impractical.
don't know.
You have
but
not found out the mystery of this house.
Oh no.
It seems we were all wrong about there not being a basement, though. Lord, I
Yeah.
wish there wasn't one.
There is.
I have so many questions.
We are so
We
big.
cannot move.
Yeah, now we're massive.
No,
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah, that's
big
because
map.
that's because this map is very this map is much tinier.
Very weird.
Lovely.
It's because of the you're literally you have gone as you continue down. Excuse me. As you continue down the spiral, you realize that you have gone much farther past the first floor. It is now colder. and darker, and you realize that you are down into the ground. And as you come out, you can see that this place down here is just hewn out of stone and dirt. It is reinforced. It is not flimsy, but you can tell that this place was just carved out of the dirt, which is why it's much smaller. Because do you want to sit there and carve a 30-foot wide hallway?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Normally I'm not claustrophobic, but damn this. Oh.
And you
Just
realize
hold on to your torch.
where you come out of, it's easy enough to see that there are several crypts that have been hewn from the earth. Each crypt is sealed with a stone slab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where to next?
Let's just pick a direction, huh? He's gonna start walking.
All
I'm
right.
going
Good
to
plan.
follow very closely.
Good plan.
All right.
This
As
is
you walk
the-
out, as you go down to the bottom, you see a slab that is undone,
Interesting.
that leans nearby, has the name Walter Durst etched on it.
Walter.
Crypt is
No,
empty.
Walter. Okay. Okay, good signs. Good signs. Empty
The
crypts.
north one, you see a blank stone slab.
Oh, that's for someone else. Nothing else over here, right?
Nope, that's the only.
All right. Let's go back.
Oh god, everybody's in the way. Okay.
There are too many people.
Be so massive.
I wanted to see the sights, so there we go.
Yep,
Here
just
we go.
step by me. I
Oh
can
lord.
squeeze out of your way very easily.
I'm pushing my way through. Let me be in the front.
All right, fine. Jeez, what's so pushy?
What's this?
A wooden table and 4 chairs stand at the east end of this room. To the west are 4 alcoves containing moldy straw pallets.
Mold. Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help it. I want to be by my sister.
It's weird.
I just imagine that's kind
No.
of what it is.
Yeah, it's like the split personality thing is like, wait,
Yeah,
I don't
know
know
how
you.
Wait a minute, that's weird.
Yes, I don't know you either,
I
but
met you 2 hours ago. Like,
Also, like I feel protective, but also like I don't know. It's
But
weird.
also, like, listen to me.
Like listen to me, just stick next to me. Don't freak out, huh?
I'm trying my best. This is all very new.
There's something over this way.
Yeah, there's like more stairs down. I'm gonna start
ooh,
heading.
more stairs.
A 4-foot diameter well shaft with a 3-foot high stone lip descends 30 feet to a water-filled cistern. A wooden bucket hangs from a rope and pulley mechanism bolted to the crossbeams above the well. 5 rooms surround the sides.
So many fucking rooms, huh?
Way too many of room.
Is there anything in this chest?
The side room once served as quarters, noted by the bed. It contains a wood-framed bed with a moldy straw mattress and a wooden chest to hold personal belongings.
Cool.
The chest is locked.
Well,
A
I can't
padlock.
open locks.
Nope, that is something else that I cannot do.
Nope, I do not have the talent. Let's move on.
What about this one? Over here.
This room, same thing.
Is
Hmm.
this one
All of these
locked?
rooms
Unfortunate.
Cool.
Can I
All of them?
attempt to open, or is it what?
Certainly.
Is
It's
it
a rusty iron padlock.
okay? Do you want like an attack roll?
How
Against
are you
the-
trying to open it? Let me know
I
how you're trying to open it.
That's a good point. I am not dexterous. Well, I'm more dexterous than I am strong. I will take one of my darts and try to use it as like an improvised lockpick.
The poison
Okay.
darts that you took.
No. I have 5
She's
regular
got
ones.
darts.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
checking.
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity check.
Great. Not so great.
Nope.
I'm gonna take my axe to this one.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
God damn it.
You hit that chest real nice and hard. Didn't
This
bust.
is bullshit.
Do you
Sophie.
want me to
Yes.
try?
Yeah, sure, you hit it.
All right.
Zila puts out her
Well,
hand towards Sophie. May I have
move
that?
over here.
May I have a chance at
Yeah,
this?
sure. I'll like sit on the bed back and hand it to you.
Okay. I am doing the same kind of
Okay.
thing that Sophie did.
All right. Dex check from you.
Yep.
Hobart, you smashed that lock.
Nope.
You need damage.
She's not
Just
getting-
as good.
We're very alike.
Go ahead and roll me damage just on the off chance.
Worth a shot.
That's pretty good.
Okay, you bust open the lock. I was like, on the off chance you roll double ones and you get like 4 damage, you're not busting that lock open.
There's
So you
one
bust
good
open
thing
the
I'm
lock,
good at.
and aside from worthless personal artifacts, worst personal effects, I can't read. This chest contains 3 tiny moss-covered agates, little gemstones.
Agates.
Yeah, look at that.
Do you want to take them?
You can have them. They're yours. You
Okay.
broke it.
Okay.
Ouch. I was actually kind of hoping that it wouldn't break with my swing, so I could like just roleplay a single tear.
A
Not
manly
crying.
little tear.
I'm not crying. Not crying. And
Anything
there
good
is.
in the chest over there?
I got 3 of these moss-covered agates.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Worth about
Better.
10 gold each.
Nice.
I mean, hey.
Well, adds up quick.
Hey, it starts
Yeah.
to your armor fund. That's
That
good.
is
Yeah,
eat.
that's true.
That
That's
is
good.
food money.
I
But
would
what
like to.
armor money?
Actually, I'm gonna go around and
Question
break
to the
these off.
DM.
Yes.
What are my limitations with astral constructs?
Hey.
What are the limitations of astral
Yeah,
construct? That's a
because-
good question.
That's a very good question because not that I say I would, but I could in theory say I create the
What are you
perfect
doing to
key
that?
here, but
Fallen puppet on the chest.
Why are you
You know,
bloodthirsting a chest?
there is a specific way that I would say you could do it.
okay.
If you can potentially think. If you are willing to take the time, it will take you about 10 minutes. And it will involve the cooperation of you and Zophie.
Okay.
Hi.
You would have to know what shape the key needs to be in.
Do we have 10 minutes?
That's
Well,
up to you guys.
I can morph my hand to figure out the shape.
Sure. So could I.
Yeah.
Question is if everyone else is going to let us have this time.
Alternatively, we could just
time.
smash the lock a few times.
I mean, we are just
Yes.
hitting things
True.
over here. I don't
Yes.
know if you guys want to.
They're actually quite successful.
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Zila, I end up using Astral Construct here, and what she creates is, how would I want to word this?
Don't
She's gonna create. She's
key
gonna
you
create.
found earlier?
I would like to try the key, actually. Yeah,
Try the key.
Huh?
I try the key.
It unlocks it.
Hey!
Alright.
How much was that
Alright,
killing
what's
you?
it say?
That's so funny. I already
I
hit
was just
this one.
like, no, they'll figure it out eventually.
No, they
I was
won't.
like, wait a minute, we have a key.
I don't care that we just discovered they have a key. I also want
I
to
have a
break
key.
this one.
It's mine. There we go. Me and Holbert
What's
got
it-
this.
Go ahead and hit it.
Okay. Do I hit?
What's my damage?
Yep.
Hey,
14?
shit, max
Yeah?
damage, bitch.
Okay.
Nice.
Bitch.
All right, you two bust open those. So, Zila, add 60 SP and 11 GP to your sheet.
Shit.
I
11
would like to
gold and
split it
60
with.
silver.
I would like to split that with
You can
Sophie.
do that however you want to. It's just 11 and 11 GP and 60 SP. What the? Where did this little
Why?
thing go?
Okay.
Why?
I had to find the little. I have a little pin there to tell me where the
where
things
do
are, and you were
I-
sitting on
okay.
top of it. I couldn't find it.
Get out of me, Rose!
So-
Get out of me! Or not
Chris,
Rose.
go ahead
yeah.
and add
Thorn.
30 SP to yours,
Okay.
Joey, you find
and then
a short sword
I give you 6
that
gold
glints
pieces
far more
as
than
well.
it should.
Okay. He said 11 SP.
I thought
Yeah,
he
it's
said
11
11 GP and 60
Mhm.
SP,
Yes.
There,
and I'm giving you 6 GP,
It's a
Okay.
weapon.
and I'm keeping 5 for myself, so that's
Okay.
11.
I misheard the SP then.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, as a player, I know it's silvered, but as a character,
Yes.
would I be able to reason
Yeah,
it's
You'd be able to
silvered?
tell. It looks silvered.
Gotcha.
Shiny.
It is a silvered longsword. Or short sword, excuse me. Silvered short sword.
Short sword. Gotcha. This could come in handy later, and I will pocket it.
Alright.
Thank you, Zila. Should we get the next one?
Mhm. Sure.
Whatever is not already smashed.
That one's already busted.
Oh,
Okay.
This is mine.
Is
Is
there
there
an
anyone
One
that
left.
has
I just
not
busted
been
this one.
busted?
Down
In-
here is one. Yeah.
In
This one?
No, I've
Mikhail,
got that
No,
one.
this
you
one.
find
All right. I
A-
opened this one.
black leather eye patch with a carnelian sewn into it, worth 50 gold.
Oh shit.
Is that
What's a
me or Hobart?
carnelian?
It's a gemstone.
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Ooh. And wait, that's what I found?
Yeah.
No, it's
I
what
did.
Mikhail
Oh,
found.
okay, okay.
That's what-
I was yeah.
That's
Okay.
what Mikhail found. You find
Yeah, I opened the key. I opened with the key.
an ivory hairbrush with silver bristles.
Ah, yes, for all of our hair.
We can sell it.
Yes.
So ivory
about
hairbrush with
25.
what?
I got it. They're little parcels. I can just drag them onto your sheet.
Thank you.
Welcome. Also, in your chest, you find a notebook of sorts.
A notebook. You
This
said.
notebook contains. Let me find the thingamabob again. This notebook contains the history of the cult of the Durst family.
Never good when a family is a cult.
Nope.
So, I am going to
Interesting.
read you. This is basically this is as a diary or a journal, basically a journal detailing almost like a record of what just happened, a record and history of this cult. When the mist rose and sunlight became a mere memory, famine swept the land as plant life began to wither and die. The Durst's agricultural fortune all but disappeared. The remaining gold and lines of credit became worthless. Most of the staff left to attend to their own affairs or forage on their own. The Dursts were ruined, and everyone was on the verge of starving. In order to sustain their family, Elizabeth and Gustav called a midnight meeting with their friends. Long into the morning, the attending nobles and ex-merchants schemed and argued about how best to survive. None of the ideas were feasible. The prospect of starvation hung like a pale over them all. At last, Elizabeth gathered her courage and put forth a simple and unthinkable idea: cannibalism. As soon as she suggested it, a mysterious zeal took hold of her heart. Her hesitant words turned to fervent proselytizing and swayed even the most soft-hearted of those in the meeting. Soon it was decided. The Dursts and their friends would sustain themselves on the flesh of the living. Not being complete monsters, Gustav and Elizabeth decided to keep their 2 young children and their nursemaid Anya ignorant of the activities. Work began in earnest on an expansion to the crypts, where they planned to commit their heinous acts of survival in secret. The first victims were the remaining plantation staff, and in the weeks afterward they would lure wayward travelers whom they believed would not be missed. Continue to read through talks about different goings on day to day. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years as you're flipping through this diary. Hundreds of Barovians die in the famine, but eventually the land and its people become accustomed to the mist and lack of sunlight. Hardier crops begin to grow. The threat of famine a mere memory. But the cult continues. The dark and bitter crops that now sustain the rest of Barovia did not satiate their palates. Their desire for flesh had only grown. In addition to these dining habits, the inner circle developed another dark fixation, born from rumors over Lord Strahd: eternal life. Using goods and funds stolen from the victims, the cult fanatics acquired many unsavory tomes, which you found earlier. On their pages were details on rites and rituals that promised to drain life and vitality from a victim and transfer it to the caster. The cult of killers was born, and the cellar was expanded even further for a ceremonial chamber and prison.
Okay, not good.
As I said
No.
earlier, there's fates worse than what we're suffering.
You're right.
Always fate's worse.
How are the kids handling it?
The kids are silent. Joey, you are crying uncontrollably.
Buddy.
Why? Why?
Pat
Damn
on
it.
the shoulder.
Oh,
Oof,
There.
this is a lot at once
this is not me.
for anybody.
It'll be alright. I think that is a bad thing to say.
It is not? Well, okay.
Okay.
We need to
Well.
find out where the parents went.
Yes, they're probably in whatever weird cult room they made down here. We should go and destroy them or exorcise them or something like that.
Yes.
Or both. Yeah,
You know, whatever it takes.
you know.
I don't want to face them.
Yeah, Yeah, you'll be all right. Let's go.
Well, that's the way we came. What about over
I'm
here?
just wandering. Calm down.
Sorry.
There's a
I'm-
hallway here.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Honestly, this would probably be an okay place to stop if we want to.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
I think
break
I would.
here.
I think I would
'Cause there
like
will
to.
be
Yeah.
more
My
things.
head is actually starting to hurt. Actually.
Yeah.
This is a good place to end for
Okay.
now.
That
Alright.
sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So far, I am absolutely loving this. This
Yes.
This is
Yeah, very
good.
good.
This is good.
Yeah.
I am into this.
Yes.
I want to
So
know what
many
happens.
notes. So many notes.
So many notes were taken. I have like a 4-page essay going on right now. Okay.
I know,
Uh,
right?
You think you have notes? You see how many notes I have.
Oh, I bet you have more notes.
I don't even
I
wanna
bet you
think
have more
about
notes
it.
than me.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many notes, and I have to go back and get some moments to fill out
Yeah.
things I missed.
Yeah.
My notes are mostly just don't forget this, don't forget this,
Right.
don't forget this.
Important fact. Key.
Right.
That's such a.
Oh man.
I'm gonna raid out and see if I can find someone.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm
definitely
gonna-
real quick. All right. All right. That's it. That's it for Strahd tonight. I'm tired. We're gonna go ahead and raid Zarya. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining.